Wag lids, before we start today's public episode, we need to tell you about our Patreon, which is one of the biggest patrons in the world, the biggest in the UK, for good reason.
Patreon.com/haveawordpod. You can get an extra episode of this absolute nonsense every single week. You get early access to this public episode and every other public episode. There's the entire back catalogue of all the Patreon exclusives from the past, on top of the Patreon specials that we try and give at least one of them a month.
They're legendary. Let me go through the list because it's comprehensive now. The Ghost Hunt 1 and 2, the Roast of Adam and Dan, which is one of the best things we've ever done, Blind Date, the Food Challenge, the Rugby League Special, the Last Dance, the Track Day, where we crashed a car, and then the now infamous Lockdown Lock-ins, where we come in here with some of our favourite people, Ishan Akbar, Jamie Hutchinson, Johnny Bongo, Stephen Trice.
Get rotten drunk.
And
we've got big specials coming up for the rest of the year. We've got a lock-in coming soon. We're going to take over the restaurant and staff it full of comedians. We've got more abroad trips planned for next year. We actually booked one of them today. It's going to be really, really good. It's only getting better, and the more stuff we put on it, it all stays there. You get all of it, starting at just £3 a month. Patreon.com/haveawordpod. Go and sign up now.
Wag leads, you're listening to the funniest podcast in the game with Adam, Dan, Sensei Carl, and Finn. This is the one and only Have a Word.
Brought to you by Manscaped.com, the very best in below-the-belt men's grooming.
Go, Ed, get on me.
Hey!
Right.
Hey! Ow!
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
How are you doing an Al Pacino impression?
I don't know. It's not. It's my Christopher Walken. Oh my God! That was nice. Oh my God! That felt right.
Did it?
I just love this voice, and I think I'm gonna do it more. How are you guys? Hi, welcome to Have a Word. This is Adam ROWE and Dan Nightingale.
It's ROWE, actually.
Oh, sorry.
ROWE.
Wow. Oh, how are you? You all right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you all good?
Quite a quiet night. Went to watch the footy and went to bed.
Yeah, big gig last night we've got to tell everyone about.
Yeah.
Preston.
How was it?
My penultimate preview. Pretty big. People are like tweeting going, Dan, tell us the story. It must have been magical. It was. Got my favourite garlic bread from across the road.
Didn't we?
Oh, yeah, we went for the Chinese with Dave Chappelle and Jeff Ross.
I have not finished my Preston preview story, guys. Sorry. You were at a gig. I was at a gig. You know, I'm from Preston. Pretty important. Is Dave Chappelle... Chappelle. Chappelle over your words. Is he from Liverpool? No. Am I from Preston? Yeah. So last night there was a bit of WhatsApp magic going around, wasn't there? While you were at the game. Did you find out at the game?
Yeah.
So... tell us what happened, because it's pretty magical. Even Laura's like, what the fuck? She saw it on
Dave
Insta.
Chappelle and Chris Rock are doing a show tonight on the 1st of September, as we are recording on the 1st of September, at the Arena in Liverpool. So he was in Liverpool last night, and he asked Hot Water, could he go down and jump on at the very end of the show?
And they're like, Phil Chapman is booked in, though. Okay, we'll ask him to do 10 minutes less.
Well, he had to fill for like half an hour.
Yeah.
Phil had to fill.
He done well.
Yeah.
Even Dave went, whoever the host is, fucking fair play for filling for half an hour.
Oh, so Phil Chapman was comparing?
Yeah.
Oh.
And he had to...
Where was Smith? He's on tour?
He just wasn't there.
How weird's that?
It was still full, though. Like, it's not normally full, but they were only doing one show.
I'm sort of gutted for Smith.
Yeah. No, fuck him. His life's good.
Yeah, his life is pretty good.
He's probably sat in his Lamborghini. He's fine.
He probably sat in his Lamborghini eating shumais.
Is that what?
He knew as
is
well.
That what he does? Is that what he does? Now he's made it.
Mm.
Just driving around in his shumais. These shumais displease me. Another shumai. He has an actual shumai maker that just follows him around.
So Dave Chappelle went on.
You say jumped on, that is a very liberal. He didn't jump on, did he? He did 2 hours.
Well, he went on and did like 20 minutes on his own, and then went, I've got the Roastmaster General with me. Jeff Ross is here. Let's get Jeff Ross on. And then they were on stage together for another hour and a half.
Right.
Just a combination of every now and then dropping an unbelievable punchline or like 2-minute bit, and then absolutely eating a bag of shit for 5 minutes at a time.
So I looked at the shots, looked at the picture that you put online, and it just occurred to me that there might be some people in that crowd who are just like, yeah, we're going down comedy on a Thursday, and have no real idea what they've just seen. Some American lad and his mates came on.
Because the crowd was emptying out, because people had to get buses and trains.
At some point, yeah, Chappelle's like assistant, I assume she must have been, was like, Dave, apparently the bus system here is shit. Like, you're going to have to get off stage. And he was like, no, I don't. If people want to go and get the bus, they can go, and I'll still be going when there's only 4 people left.
Yeah. But because of that...
Dave Chappelle walked hot water.
It's like we just sat there with them just talking.
Preston was good, though, yeah.
Oh, God, that was the bit where I got FOMO. I will never cancel a one-man show. I've waited too long to do them. And last night was the best preview, which is nice because I start the tour on Saturday. And I always get a little bit of fear about hometown gigging because it's not like Liverpool, which is your hometown, which is a city, which is where you've made your career.
Yeah.
I left Preston and I go back there occasionally, and there's been some pretty bad gigs. And when they're bell ends, I said this last night, I feel very responsible for the bell ends. I'm like, oh God, you're my bell ends. I went to school with you. You're probably my fucking cousin. When they're like, no, I'm from Bamber Bridge, it's fucking painful. And last night, they were the opposite. They were absolutely perfect. I ran the show out and I nailed it. Like I got it. It's a funny one because if you're a punter, you might not. You will get it. There's days at work where you're just on your fucking metal. Yeah. There's days when we're in here where we stop recording and go, well, that was just middle of the bat every time. And that was how last night was. And I saw you all going to, you were like, I'm leaving the match early. I knew. Like,
I've never done that in my life, by the way.
Dean was like, fucking
and
hell.
we scored a 97th minute winner.
I know, but still.
Oh, yeah, I had to. I
had to. I didn't get FOMO at all.
It was funny.
But that bit, now I've got FOMO.
Do you know, I had a wonderful little personal moment, by the way. I know this is so stupid, but I was at the back, like, stifling and laughing myself at how ridiculous it was. Because he was on stage, he was maybe an hour and 20 minutes in at this point. So I started, you know, by the sound booth, the hot water, that's where I was sat. And then I went into the bar, got a Diet Coke, and I went and stood at the other back bit. You know, like the recess.
Where the old green room is.
Where the old green room is.
Oh, yeah. God, I might have forgotten about that green room.
Like right sort of in the middle of the stage. Yeah. By that, like sort of by the door. And I forgot there's like a safety light. So obviously I was lit up. And there was the people to like stage left, there was like 8 of them. And I seen a lad go to his bed. Fuck off. Adam Rose. Dave Chappelle and Jeff Ross. And it sent me head west.
That is... That's like literally saying Messi and Riquelme and then go, fucking hell, Lee Trundle.
It was funny being in the green. Me and Steve got there in 4 minutes after that WhatsApp. And the green
you got a new car?
Tomorrow.
Oh.
The green room was busier than usual, and everyone was like smirking at each other, and people had turned up just coming like, why are you able? Like, no reason.
I always pop down to see my pals on a Thursday.
Yeah. But what had happened
on a Wednesday?
What had happened was, so they go on, they do an hour and 45, and they were literally a mixture, and they were talking about this on stage. They were like, Chappelle went, I'm going to tell every comic in America they've got to come and bomb a hot water. This is the right, we're going to make this the club in the UK. He's like, because this is what we're supposed to do. He goes, we go on, we fuck around, like and we just bomb and figure it out. He's like, so he went, if you want to leave, you leave, but we're just going to keep going. I'm having fun. And he'd get another beer, he'd order a shot of tequila, and he was just doing what he wanted to do.
Well, he said that's how they relax. He went, thanks for letting us do this. This is us chilling out. Usually just here to watch.
Yeah. It's very, very, very self-indulgent, but you can self-indulge when it's after the show and you're giving the audience the option to leave with no. If anyone stood up right in the middle of the front row and left, he didn't even mention them. He didn't even go, where the fuck? He just went and started talking that way.
He even said, I'm walking the room, but fuck it.
I'm Mr. Magic.
Yeah, it was special.
So there's so many things here. There's so many things. That's so un-British. It's so un-British.
Yeah.
And who are the only people in Britain who are going to do shows like this? It's us, isn't it? It's us. Because our podcast style is American. No one has done an American-style podcast until we started this.
He was very interested in this as a podcast as well.
Yeah, Jeff was as well.
He's next time round, isn't he? Next UK visit.
I don't think Chappelle will ever do it.
He's not a big podcaster, is he?
No, he turned Rogan down for years. Jeff Ross was a bit more open to it because Carl was really pushing.
I was shooting my shot. I kept going, Dave. You go, what? I go, you busy tomorrow? And he go, I ain't doing it, man. I was like, Jeff, you busy tomorrow? And he go, and he slowly, he went, I'll give you my email.
Which he did.
Jeff Ross would be a fucking brilliant guest.
Here's what happened, right? So he comes off stage and we go into the backstage area and Chappelle's assistant is like, there can't be this many people back here. Like, either I get Dave out the building now and we go, or you get some of these people out. Like, we can't have... She was like, I know a lot of them are local comics and stuff, but there's too many people. Dave's very worried about security. If you want to all stay, that's fine, but then we're going to leave. So a few people left, and I was with my mate, Josh. So what had happened was, me and Josh had gone to the match together. We both parked our cars in Tuebrook, and when we left, he went, I'll just come in your car. Just give me a lift back to my car in a bit. So I went, let's just go, lad. I'll take you to your car. And I thought that was the end of the night. So I take Josh to Tuebrook, and as I get there, I check my phone, and he's texted me and said, where have you gone? We're literally sat round drinking and talking with Dave, and
Candyman was there taking pictures. Jeff Ross was there. Dave was like...
I was like, I'm on my way back.
Who's there that we know now? Who is it? Is it gone down to his?
Rob Thomas, Simon Wozniak, Liam Bolton. Liam Bolton asked one of the funniest... you know Liam Bolton's style? So we'll get to that in a sec, right? But Vidal was there, one of our listeners who done some architecture for Carlin's, working with hot water and stuff. And Dave Chappelle's just talking and asking questions and stuff. And I just sort of walk into this conversation, but they're talking about Have a Word as I walk in the room. So I
made sure Have a Word was...
So Carl's like, yeah, it's called Have a Word. And Chappelle goes, so it's pretty big, huh? And Carl goes, it's the biggest comedy podcast in the UK. And he goes, and what's the format? And Carl went, well, the hosts just walked in. He stood right there and he goes, oh, hey, man, you host the biggest comedy podcast in the whole of the UK.
Oh, my God, I'm going to take my pants off. I'm going to take my pants off. Oh, I'm going to start wanking on the pod. Keep going. I'm not quite there yet.
And then he goes to me, I don't want to pry, but are you making good money? And I was like, well, yeah. And he goes, so you can make money from comedy in the UK? And I, as a joke, went, well, you can if you've got a podcast as well. And he goes, look, you don't have to, but I want to. And then Rob Thomas with his fucking, he was like, yeah, no, come back over here. You look like 60 grand. That's what like comedians make over here. Like if they're doing the clubs and that. And Chappelle goes, and you can live on that. And I went, I'm like, I'll not put another chip in it. I'll just let the conversation happen. But then he was asking about it. He then goes, so do any of you guys work in America? And Rob had to go, oh, just him actually. And he goes, oh, so where have you worked? And I went, oh, I've done The Cellar, Gotham, New York Comedy Club. And he's like, and then Jeff Ross comes back in and he goes, the conversation's moved on, but he goes to Jeff, hey Jeff, you know, this guy works in America, he's worked all over New York. And then Jeff recognised, he goes, and I went, yeah, we met before at Top Secret Comedy Club. And he goes, oh yeah, I love that room. But we just sat around talking about comedy and the difference between the UK and the US.
So Jeff went to me, so who have you had on? I went, oh, we've had, because he's working with Jimmy Carr. I was like, oh, we've had Jimmy. I was like, oh, great. And then the names I was saying, I went Shane Gillis, and he tapped Dave and went, you've had Shane Gillis on. He's like, oh, and Dave was like, that's sick. And then we've got some big Americans coming up that we can't say, and they were impressed by them as well. And they were like, they were slowly going, okay, these are.
So what Chappelle said about hot water will have a knock-on effect for hot water when Americans visit, because they've been patronised by the goat.
Yeah.
Right. The same happened with us with Jimmy Carr. Jimmy Carr was big for us because it was Jimmy Carr, but it also made other big comedians go, well, fuck, if Jimmy Carr has done Have a Word, it's like comics at that level want to see that someone else has... Jimmy Carr didn't give a fuck. He was the one that was like, yeah, you're doing good work. Shane Gillis is going to have that effect for us, isn't it? Because Gillis is one of the biggest new names in stand-up. Like, Rogan's all over him. Like, because he realises who he is. He's the next big thing.
Yeah.
And Shane's going to have that effect. I love the fact that we've had Gillis on, who's obviously... Because that special, I've probably watched it 6-7 times now. Every time I've gone back to watch it, I'm like, oh, there's another 700,000 people have watched that YouTube special.
It's getting bigger and bigger. His next one drops because his new hour is a lot better than the special.
Oh my God! But so Chappelle being at Hot Water has an amazing effect for Hot Water. Like he said, he wants to make that the UK club that people do. Chris DiStefano's coming to Liverpool. Like he put a poll up, and I love Glasgow, but Glasgow lost the vote.
I think he'll do both anyway.
I would want him to do both, but I love that Liverpool, like, and I imagine it was some of our lids getting on it as well. That helps Liverpool gigging. We're going to be in Liverpool. The podcast, it's so beautiful.
Well, I said that to both of them. I said, because Chappelle was like, oh, Rob Thomas asked him, how come you're just doing London and Liverpool? Like most people normally do Manchester. And Chappelle went, well, the guy at Live Nation told me that Liverpool was more my vibe. And I went, you are literally in the best city for UK comedy at the minute, to be honest with you. But everyone's asked, this is really funny. Everyone's asking them questions. People are asking like Jeff Ross roast questions, Chappelle comedy questions. And it went silent for a second. And Liam Bolton went, hey, who's the fattest person you've ever roasted?
And he went,
this one's for you, Liam.
And he went, Roseanne. Like immediately. Do you know what was weird though? I don't know whether you felt this. And this might sound fucking insane. It was weird how normal it felt.
I said that to him.
It didn't feel like it wasn't, like it was, oh, this is a surreal night, this is mad. It just felt like, oh yeah, Chappelle's in town, and of course we got to have a beer with him.
Because he's a comic.
Yeah.
And
he's a proper comic.
And also, I think it's this. I think now, because like the amount of people who've messaged me since last night going, oh, he's obviously doing the pod. He isn't. He doesn't really do them. But because that mentality is in our listeners and us, it's like, oh, a big comic is in town, they're obviously going to be, why would they not want to?
We have only barely scratched the surface on
then
that.
Then he goes, I want to eat. Can we go and get some food?
You missed a bit before you came back. So we was it was like have you seen the scene in The Simpsons when everyone's sitting around Abe listening to him?
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like an old fucking, not granddad because he's not that old, but like someone who's like wise. Everyone was just sitting listening to him like that, and he was talking about like how important having one guy in the community or one thing in the community to help it grow. And I was sitting there like, yeah, that's us that day. It was so sick. He was like, you just need. He's like, I want to find the new hot shit. I don't want to get people who've already made it on. I want to find the new thing. And he said, you know, the community's got one thing that helps everyone else grow. And I was like, that's our thing now. Felt fucking boss.
Yeah, it's mad. He wanted to eat, so we were like, right, the Mayflower is normally where we would go for Chinese, but it was shut. But there was one place left open called Chili Chili.
No, we went to Jumbo City, yeah.
In Chinatown. So I told his driver where we were going, and his driver was like, okay. So they drove down into Chinatown. We went.
How big's his entourage? Just
three vans.
Yeah.
Of big men.
I text Paul Blair at one point because Paul Blair turned up, but at one point he was still at the match, and he was like, Blair texted me and said, "How deep is he rolling?" And I said, "Deep. There's more black people in this room than have ever been before. There's 4."
Do you know the wings? To the wings, the hot water we access the stage. He had two bodyguards there at all times.
He's very, because he got tackled on stage. In LA.
Yeah, dude.
He's very, very, very nervous about that.
Yeah.
Like
well, he's also his best mate who's doing a tour with got fucking slapped by Will Smith. There's been a bad little run recently of.
We were going to walk to Chinatown, and he went, I'm going to have to get the car down because I don't want to get tackled again. And I was like, you're not going to get tackled on fucking Hardman Street in Liverpool, Dave. And he was like, I can't risk it.
He was in the front seat. It was so funny to see. Like, literally just we were still outside the Chinese. To see Dave Chappelle coming down the street and it fucking potted off his twat, by the way.
Sorry?
He was potted off his twat.
He was potted off his twat.
Just rolling down the car. I was like,
and he actually said it. He was like, man, I'm potted off my twat.
But Jeff Ross paid for the entire meal for everyone.
Yeah.
And Rob Thomas was there. And Freddie Quinn.
Oh my God.
It was fucking magical.
At one point, Jeff goes, oh, dinner's on me. And Rob went, you haven't seen how much I eat, lad? And I went, I think he gets the gist, though.
He's got a rough idea.
I was saying to Adam, because when we got there, the Chinese was dead. It was Wednesday night. It was 2 a.m. or something. Yeah. And the fella who owned
they saw Rob Thomas walk in and think, oh, this is going to be good.
No, he was pissed off. The owner was pissed off.
Oh, classic.
And I said, what's happened is he's rang his wife and gone, I'll be home in half an hour. And she's gone, right. And then he's rang back and gone, I can't come home. Dave Chappelle's come in. And she's gone, you're chatting shit. You're cheating on me. He's like, no, Dave Chappelle's here. But we couldn't get pictures. Like, you ain't allowed to get your phone out round him. Like, I was texting like this. And one of his boys came over. It was fucking lovely, to be fair. He went,
you're going to have to text
if you're
lower
texting,
down.
can you lower your phone, please? He said, because, like, don't even attempt to get a picture of him.
Yeah.
But the
Jeff
fellow was
Ross and
pissed off.
Candyman took a few pictures in the Chinese though.
Yeah.
That they said they're going to send to us.
They're
just big group
Yeah,
pictures.
okay.
no-
You're
no, like-
talking about a guy who exists in a stratosphere we don't fully understand.
Do you know what though? I've got to be 100% honest with you. Like, I want this to become the biggest thing in the world, and I want to be able to sell a lot of tickets as a comic. His entourage and his whole life because of it is so intense. It put me off it a bit. Him and Jeff Ross was so unbelievably sound, and a lot of his team were really, really sound as well. But there's an intensity to it and a nervousness about everyone that I was like,
It's suspicion.
that's got to be
Someone
a
could be
difficult
trying
life.
to
That.
fuck them over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's put his trust in these people who will like, literally put their life on the line for him.
Well, but I mean, not to sound too like wanky, but what's he done with you? Like, what have you done with Steve? I'd never met Steve, and you got Steve. Finn we employed because
No. But like,
But
if
I mean,
someone comes
nobody-
up to me and Carl asking for a photo at Leeds Festival, Steve isn't going, no.
no. But I mean, I know you're not there.
He did a couple
I mean, he
I
was
know
in the
you're
end.
not
That was
there, mate. I reckon Steve can throw fucking. I mean, on the very smallest level, your status has grown. What you're doing has grown. Like, it's a bit different with you and me because we started the pod together. But you got your boy in, he got his boy in. Like, you do that, and I imagine that if that had to grow, it's not like you go, right, we're going to Security R Us. You're going to go to people you trust. Like,
we get all of our big black mates to come and do it. Like Dave Chappelle has. All of them.
Yeah.
Well, none of them.
Yeah. Or just get Rob Thomas.
He can't.
That'd be
He's
so funny.
turning circles very, very large.
But I've done the same with the tour. I've got Antonio and Rummy, and that's who I'm doing the Triple C with. And they're not like my best mates, but they are trustworthy. The kind of people you trust and you know are gonna.
I want to
in that
bring me
situation.
mates with me on everything. Like
But it was what do you mean intent? Was it
These
a
were his
bad-
mates.
they're-
These were his boys, as in like.
Yeah.
they're not.
these look
They don't
after me.
seem like friends. These are staff.
Oh, okay.
These are like these security guards didn't go to school with Chappelle. He has hired them from security at us,
They were young lads who looked
Oh.
like they could kill all of us with like one arm.
and they were really
Really
really sound.
sound though.
But yeah, okay. All right, okay. So I thought the entourage was his. When
No,
you said
no,
his
no,
boys,
no.
I was like, it's his boys.
So
no.
they're sitting there like this at all times, heads on a swivel.
Like they're eating
Constantly.
without looking at what they're picking up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Because I say I was like this because I got a sneaky picture. To be fair, it's funny. It's Adam sitting next to Chappelle in Chinatown. But
That was before you knew not to.
Yeah, but in the picture you can see that lad in the background, like, and he comes over and goes, "Text with your phone down."
Yeah.
And I accidentally opened it, like on WhatsApp, because he sent it to our group on WhatsApp. But before we were told
And
off.
you had to go.
But no, Jeff Ross seen it and went, "Don't do it."
Oh, did he see him? Yeah. Did he see?
He's
it, yeah?
seen it. He went, "Don't do it." And I was like, "No, I'm not." I went, "He didn't know," and he went, "Okay."
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a bit intense, isn't it?
yeah. But I get it because he doesn't want to get.
Listen. This is doing bits, but that is.
That's what I mean.
it's
It was
a
a
bit
total
scary.
other level, and I was like, I don't know whether I could handle that. Like, he's the
No.
greatest comedian, arguably, of all time. He's certainly one of the most famous, if not the most famous comedian on the planet right now. And it just looks like a lot of work.
Do you know what I do love about what he does? The especially in this country, the format is very similar, isn't it? Like, you are on the circuit for a bit, and either through being brilliant and people buying tickets and doing well at Edinburgh, or some agent signs you up, and then you do a tour, and then you're doing more TV, and then you do a bigger tour, and then basically you're either arena big or massive theatre big. And do we see you ever again? Some comics come down, and but it's basically tour shows with supports that usually they don't know, and they just go around and tour like that. What I love about Chappelle, just as a comedy fan who listens to American podcasts and watches a lot of that stuff, they really fucks around with the form of what him live is. Like, he does the shows with his mates. Like, Chris Rock, like, Chappelle could do the arena on his own. Him and Chris Rock doing it together is weird. The fact that he's got Jeff Ross, who should really be on his own fucking tour. Like, and then you hear stories of like him going to Rogan, like, come to Red Rock this weekend, I'm doing this. And he flies his mates to do shows where the mates should be literally touring themselves and then just disappearing and turning up to comedy clubs unannounced for like a whole 2 months.
That's what I want to do with it.
I love the fact that they are messing around with what it is to be famous.
That's what comedy, I think, there should be surprises to it. Like, having you and Paul Smith both on at the Philharmonic with me
is beautiful.
Is not the done thing. Like, comics don't do that, but I've seen it happen in America, and it's a cool way to do it. Me and Paul ended up on stage comparing a late show together a couple of months ago. That doesn't happen over here. It's just fun, and it should be different. And I guarantee you, the people who were there that night when me and Paul went on stage together and then did Danny McLaughlin's poem at the end, they went away from that night going, we seen something there. That wasn't just another Saturday night gig where the comics are going through the motions. Yeah. Me and Paul are twatted, and that might never happen again.
Yeah.
And only 200 people got to see it in the room. Okay, there's clips and whatever, but if you
just
weren't there, you probably never get that again.
I've just remembered one of our plans for the year after next, and it's fucking around with the form of what it is to see live comedy.
Do you know, it was great. Someone asked him about the shows he put on in his house during COVID.
Yeah.
And he was like, how much did it cost? And he went, it cost me 7 million for them all. And he went, but it's the funniest thing I've ever done. He said, I lost money, but I was doing it to have fun.
Oh, he lost 7 million.
That's what I mean, yeah. But I was like, I looked at you, we didn't look back. I was like, that's what we're doing. We're losing money.
Yeah,
quiz and stuff.
Losing 7 million.
No, but I mean, we're putting money back into it just so we can help. Because you're like, I just have fucking fun with it.
Oh my God. Well, Preston was good though. There was a guy called Mango on the front row. That was mental. That was mental. Yeah, his surname sounded a bit like Mango. It's mad. Mango. Shout out Mango. That was Preston. Nearly as good.
Do you know what I think though? Do you know, going back to like them playing with the form and fucking around and stuff, I think as comics like us and Vittorio and people like that who are starting to build their own fan base but are actual comics as well. I'm not talking about the people who just do like Instagram selfie videos and get the chance to do a little tour. Vittorio has built a following for himself and just had a phenomenal Edinburgh Festival run by doing stand-up and podcast that are facilitating his stand-up. As comics start doing that more and build their own fan base, I think comedy clubs are going to let us do what we want a bit more.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it will happen a lot more over here. And there'll be a night where you're closing the Frog and I'll be off. And we'll be able to go to Jess. Can we do it together and fuck about? And she'll be like, yeah, of course you can. And 4 years ago, that will have never been allowed or happened. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what I've got on I haven't even started my tour. And I've been turning up to previews that I've sold out. And they're like, hello. You can feel it off them. There is a cost of living crisis. The venues are like, hi, thank you. Thanks a lot. Like, because there's not loads of acts selling out. I genuinely think if you've done it like this and you've got a following because people are like, oh, I really rate you, want to go and see you. People aren't asked about the way it's been done anymore. No. Taskmaster does bits because it's very good. But virtually every other like vehicle on TV for stand-ups is a bit meh. Everyone's bored. Like Mock the Week, they've finally just given up the ghost. And it doesn't sell tickets. So when you turn up, I don't think some of these venues fully understand how you've sold the tickets. Yeah. I mean, the Frog do. But yeah, if you then turn around and went, do you know what? Can we come back here like in a couple of months on a Thursday and do this? They're just going to be like, absolutely. Yeah. Whereas maybe before, be like, well, actually, what we like to do on Thursday, it's a bit more of a set sort of. Yeah. I think that's out the window.
I think it's going. Like even phase 1 in Liverpool, where you were doing your new bit stuff. I was bored in Dubai and texted him and went, hey, can I have your availability for the rest of the year? And he went, yeah, there you go. What do you want to do? And I was like, I just want to fuck around, do some new stuff with my mates and stuff. And he was like, okay, great. And I went, right, these 8 dates I can do. And he was like, okay, so what 3 do you want to do? And I went, no, I want the 8 of them. And he went, right, okay. Can I get back to you? I was like, yeah. He went, yeah, I suppose we could do that. Do you think they'll sell? I went, yeah, I think so. And I put them on sale. And they all sold out within like 12 hours. And I texted him, I was like, they're all sold out, by the way. And he was like, what? And I went, can I add 30 standing tickets for each one? And he was like, yeah. And I texted him a few days later. I was like, September and October have sold out the standing tickets. And I was like, right, okay. Are we doing this every month from now on? And I was like, no. I'm just going to do it whenever I feel the need to do it.
Well, I did that with the very first phase 1 because I knew it because it's in such a great... It's across from where Hot Water used to be on Seal Street. I only knew it because Dean had done the Mild High live show. Or, no, not a live show. He'd done
talent show, isn't it?
Yeah, he'd got through knowing.
No, he was doing a normal comedy club for a while.
Through the
Oh, yeah, of course
Jacaranda,
he
he
was,
knew
yeah,
them.
yeah.
And I went in and had a meeting with them on the Wednesday. I was like, I really want to do like sort of first Tuesday of the month. And the guy was like, cool, yeah, okay, we'll give it a go. How many are you looking at? Whatever. He's like, obviously you won't want to do Tuesday next week. And I was like, yeah. I'll give it a go. And I don't have the selling power that Adam's got by fucking any stretch. And also, it's not a have a word event. It's just me. I put it on the Patreon that night. I didn't even put it online, and it sold out by the Thursday, like literally 24 hours. And the message, I did the same thing. I was like, oh yeah, that's done that Tuesday. And he was like, oh, okay. That's great. You're like, yeah, it's amazing. And it's because of the support we get through this, but I like the fact that we're not going, right, we're going to do this Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it's special. I love the fact that there's one-offs drop in, the tour runs for a time and then it's done, and then there's other ideas, and like even how you and me compared Blind Date. Yeah. I've never seen anyone do that before.
And then how we compared pins. You compared the first half, I compared the second half.
That was a great idea.
I'm really looking forward to those Adam Rowe and Friends of Phase 1. Like, the September ones will be great, but that will be literally me dipping my toe for the first time, and I'm going to sort of riff and try and find bits. October, I've got Sarah Keyworth and Alfie Brown, and I'll probably put like a local act on as well. But I'm looking forward to having 3 nights on the run with the same 2 comics, where we can all give each other a bit of try this, fix this, do that.
Yeah.
Sit around in the day and figure it out. With 2, like, Sarah Keyworth is a phenomenal up-and-coming stand-up. Alfie is one of my favourite comics and people on the planet. And having both of them for 3 nights, both of us, all 3 of us getting to just work it out. And I've done a few of those Ask Me Anythings on Instagram recently, as I'm sure you're all well aware. And someone asked me, why are you doing your new stuff not at Hot Water anymore? I absolutely am doing new stuff at Hot Water. I just wanted to do these shows in a room that isn't Hot Water because I play that so much. I wanted to have a different room to do it in.
It's also, you do new stuff all over the shop. Yeah. I've just said that I'll do Danny Mac's got a new material night in Chester, and in the new year, I'll do that. You want to vary it a bit, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, it's exciting times. Holy shit. Chappelle knows about Have a Word. La 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 la. Let's have a break. I'm going to touch my penis. Okay. Hello, guys. We want to talk to you about Manscaped.com. It is the smooth sack summer with Manscaped.com, the very best in below-the-belt men's grooming.
I absolutely love Manscaped.com. In fact, I am a Have a Word customer of Manscaped.com. I use the code WORD20 to get all my products, not least because I like clean, shaved balls, but crucially, because I'm from a Muslim background, all Muslims must shave their pubes.
Wow, and I'm sick of saying that, you know? I've been saying it on every advert record we've done so far, but it sounds better from you. We use the Lawnmower 4.0 at home. I say we, it's just me and Laura. It is the family pube trimmer. It's an excellent bit of kit. So Manscaped are calling it the Smooth Sack Summer. Get your pube situation, all of it sorted out, just like my friend Ishan Akbar. Manscaped.com. Use the code WORD20 for 20% off all products and free shipping.
And you can shave off about 100% of your pubes. You don't want any smelly pubes. Stop it. Don't want to be sniffing your pubes.
That's it. All right, nice one.
And on to Mawam.
Having Mawams for lunch.
Yeah, I need to have.
What are you
some
drinking
proper
there, by the way?
I'm drinking Serial Killer. The new Sneak Flavor. It's like a zesty orange. It'll knock your tits off. Absolutely quality. Use code WORD10. I love Sneak. La la la.
Yeah, I've got a theory about criminals.
So good.
You've got a theory about criminals, Carl?
Yeah, it's their names. They've always got criminal names.
What do you mean?
Like, before you said the name of a murderer.
Ian Huntley.
Yeah.
Off camera, we were talking about Ian Huntley. You don't need to know why.
It's a fun break. Fun break.
But he's got a murderer's name, hasn't he? Ian Huntley. Do you know what I mean? You don't know what I mean? I just wondered if you think you've got one.
Do you think Fred West is like a murderous name?
Yeah.
No, it isn't. It's just because you associate that name with
it is. It's like bam, bam, 2 syllables.
Fred West sounds like he lives next door to your nan.
Ian Huntley sounds like he does flooring in the village.
Hunt.
Ian Huntley.
Oh, It's the Hunt bit you're talking about.
Huntley. I don't know. It just sounds.
Michael Stabby Gun. He was a fucking bad guy. Him.
No, you had to watch out for him. Michael Stabbigon.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Maybe it does give it credit when they've died, but
Name another one.
Ian Brady.
Oh,
Sounds like a
Ian
hairdresser.
Brady, 1980s footballer.
Because he braids it.
John Wayne Gacy.
Your theory, Carl,
Your theory
is dog shit.
stupid.
It's bad.
No,
It's bad.
I don't know.
It's bad.
No.
Because the name in your head
Like
is
Dan
linked with the
Nightingale isn't
murders.
one.
Right. I get the theory. I just don't think it. I don't think it works.
It doesn't make any sense whatsoever, and he's just refusing.
No, in my head, there's like, oh, he's got the name of a bad guy. I guess.
Does that? Have you ever had it happen where you've heard someone's name and gone, I don't fucking trust him, and then he's gone on to murder people?
Yeah.
Because that's the only way your theory holds weight.
Well, everyone you're in year 9 with.
No, Cliff Murder Spree. He was alright.
Cliff Murder Spree. Cliff Murder Spree.
How did you know Cliff?
What about Tommy Shotgun? Oh, he got thrown out in year 8, didn't he?
Tommy
For
Shotgun.
shooting people.
2 guns in his
Threw him
name.
out. Get out the school.
Tommy Shotgun. Stop bringing shotguns to school, Tommy. Woo! I finished me sats.
Yeah, I
Weird
just
shotguns then.
Yeah. He'd altered them. That was classic.
Maybe
Tommy.
they're Tommy guns.
Oh, they were Tommy's. Lovely.
I just
Lovely.
think sometimes like, he's got the name of a bad guy.
I think you're talking us of shit, and you've realised it, but
No, I
refusing
haven't
to take it
realised
back.
anything.
Ever.
Behind the scenes, just before Carl put the
Maxine
camera on, he was
Carr.
like, "Got a theory for this section?" And we were all like, "Oh, this is going to be interesting."
Maxine Carr.
What?
She's the exception that proves the rule. Maxine Carr. She sounds nice, but she wasn't.
Is she in Emmerdale?
No, she was Ian Huntley's.
Oh, yeah.
accomplice.
The Myra Hindley.
Ghislaine Maxwell.
Myra Hindley.
Oh my God, you're just saying names of awful murdering cunts and going, you see, in your head, it does.
Oh yeah, who's coming in later? Myra Hindley. I know what I mean.
Who's coming in later? We didn't get Dave Chappelle, but we have got a pretty interesting guest.
Is it the nomenclature? Is that the word?
The what?
Nomenclature?
Yeah.
French murder?
Nomenclature.
The nomenclature.
Yeah, Peter Sutcliffe.
I want you to say nomenclature.
Nomenclature.
He's French.
His alias, I'll give you that one. The Yorkshire Ripper sounds like a bad guy.
Oh no, hang on. Now I'm starting to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What about the Hillside Strangler?
The Hillside Strangler?
The Night Stalker. The signs were all there.
Exactly.
Yeah. Springfield Jack.
Fuck's that?
You don't know who Springfield Jack is?
Is he a basketball player?
Springfield Jack was like a stuff, like a myth and legend amongst in London
Yeah.
years ago.
Kill people on a pogo stick.
But like, no, so there was a lot of murders. This is what I think happened.
Here we go. Facts
History with
Adam.
So there's a lot of murders. And they were all attributed to this fella called Springfield Jack. Because there was stories of him escaping by like spring jumping over buildings.
No, you've seen. No. Before you talk,
That's
before you talk,
Scooby-Doo. That's
it's
definitely
fucking
Scooby-Doo.
Inspector Gadget. That's who you've got in your head. Yeah, no, he killed someone, and then a helicopter came out of his hat. What? Helicopter head Ted? Helicopter head Ted's a fucking nightmare. He was nicking iPhones and then be like, you cunts, you haven't got a helicopter in your head. Nope, not real. Springfield Jack.
Who do you think Springfield Jack is? Because I guarantee it, I'm right, by the way.
Jumping over buildings.
You'll guarantee.
It was a legend, wasn't it? It's a myth. He obviously didn't really do that, but there was stories. It was like, yeah, he killed him and he fucking jumped over the fucking gherkin.
The gherkin. The gherkin. It was a legend from the late noughties. A long time ago, different time. 2009 to 2011. You can't even imagine that far back, can you, kids? It was a legend. You've heard of Jack the Ripper? Well, this was a similar legend from 13 years ago.
Springfield Jack, like, no one knows whether he was real or not.
I do.
I think he sounds not real.
I think he, I think it was not real. he fucking killed 22 people and then sprung over the gherkin. Right, Adam, low on blood sugar, but these are facts.
What about Jack the Hat?
Jack the Hat.
Carried his gun under his hat, didn't he?
I think Helicopter Head Ted still got a lot to answer
Jack
for.
the Hat's real, that wasn't he?
No. What? I don't know.
Jack the Hat was in.
Can we get up some famous...
Can you get up Springfield Jack and see what the legend was, so you see that I'm not talking shit?
If the gherkin is mentioned at any point in this...
I don't know whether the gherkin was specifically mentioned, but he would jump over like... I don't know.
He's got wings.
What?
He's got wings.
Springfield Jack. Yeah, 1838.
He was leaping over hedges and walls.
And the gherkin.
He's just that Ken robber. Jumping over the gherkin.
What famous... Can we get famous... Is it pseudonym? It's not pseudonym. What do you call... Like, what's the nicknames? Famous murder nicknames. Let's get up the...
Let's get ourselves on a watch list. It looks like we're trying to make sure our one hasn't been used before.
Scarface.
Scarface.
Nah,
I mean, that wasn't Scarface.
Jack
That was
the
a red
Ripper.
picture. Jack the Ripper.
Blackbeard.
Black.
He's a pirate.
It's a cartoon, isn't he?
Blackbeard.
The Zodiac Killer.
Oh,
it's a good one. That
This is literally this is what Netflix do for production meetings. They get this website up and go, right, the
that
Killer
one's
Clown.
pretty on the
John
nose,
Wayne,
isn't it?
John Wayne Gacy.
That's pretty on the nose.
What,
that.
John Wayne Gacy was the Killer Clown?
Yeah.
Right, cool.
Horrible bastard.
Billy the Kid. I mean, well,
Lives by ours, him.
It's a reindeer.
Dasher. It was a number 7. Dasher. Blitzen.
Oh,
in at
more
number
than
8.
that. Come on, go back.
Next up.
Oh,
next
next
up.
up.
Let's get. No.
No, that's the next
That
article.
was 7. Thank you, the internet. Finn can't work the internet.
Yeah, there's loads
And in
more.
this
You've got
section-
fucking Night Stalker and all them fellas, haven't you?
Watching Finn navigate the internet gives me a headache. What is this? I don't know this.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. There we go. Wikipedia.
Here we go.
The Freeway Slayer.
The Freeway Slayer. Nice.
Alligator Man.
Yeah. The Acid... Can we not just slow the fuck down?
The Angel of Death. Oh, there's a load of them. Angel of Death has been used multiple times.
Can I just say Acid...
Angel of Death looks like it's like Doctor Who, and they have a new one every few seasons.
Yeah. Acid Bath Murderer. That's...
Where's that? Acid Bath.
What did he do? Did you just say, what did the acid bath murderer do?
Yeah.
He strangled people in their sleep.
He was a strangler.
There's a clue. Ashgar the Murderer.
Yeah.
Didn't take long to come up with that one. Axe Killer.
Some of them are so basic.
Babe. What's the second one down in B?
Babe.
Pig in the City.
See, there's lots of beasts.
Beast of the Black Forest.
Bible John.
The bed is done.
Christians.
The bedroom
Bible
back.
John. Where's Bible John?
Down. That's how the alphabet works. Fuck's sake.
Bible John unsolved.
Whose finger is that? I was blaming Finn then. Sorry, Finn. I thought it was your massive finger not being able to scroll.
The big-eared midget.
And we're done. And we have a winner, ladies and the big-eared midget. And the police couldn't find him. They couldn't find him. There were so many large-eared midgets that were
Imagine
matching
the
the
lineup.
description. Number 4. Oh, fun times. We have questions. Stephen Byrne says, if you were murdered...
Hey, has he been listening?
Hey, oh, Berno.
Berno.
Well done, Berno. You've pitched that
Berno.
perfectly.
Fucking Berno.
That's what we call a segue. Stephen Byrne says, if you were murdered, which 2 fictional detectives would you want solving the case? So, you've been murdered. You're done. But you get to, from heaven, decide which fictional detectives... Like, it's really bad. And I know my brain doesn't work great, but I can't get Inspector Gadget out of my head just because we've mentioned him.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Doc Martin.
What?
I mean, Sherlock Holmes has got to be top, like, just in case it's hard to find clues. And then you want Luther as his assistant because he'll break the fucking rules, bruv.
Oh, dear. No, we're done.
No, I fucking don't.
I do.
I don't-
Luther and Sherlock Holmes, that is the dream team, mate.
Yeah, it is.
That's like getting Prime Messi and Ronaldo in the same
Sherlock
side.
Holmes from the Victorian era and
No.
Luther from
Modern
fucking Idris.
Sherlock.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant the actual Deerstalker and Pipe
No,
Sherlock.
no. Benedict
Benedict
Fuckersnatch.
Cumberbatch.
Who?
Benedict fucked the snatch.
Benedict
Caught the snitch.
Slumber Hutch. Benedict
Benedict
what I mean.
Bummer.
Cum
Hutch.
Cucumber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that great TV show? Him and Luther would be a fucking dream team now.
I'm telling you, because like Sherlock Holmes sees the little tiny things that no one else does, and Luther is willing to break the rules to get the job done.
Okay. Thanks for that synopsis, Adam.
Imagine them with Scooby-Doo
Yeah.
as a dog.
Yeah. Woofer. Woofer. You got a great ass. Oh my God, I'd love to see Scooby-Doo doing an Al Pacino. In fact, it is the same impression, isn't it?
Who are you going for then?
What are you going for? Because you don't appreciate Luther.
Inspector Frost. Yeah, from A Touch of Frost.
Bergerac.
Jim
Poirot.
Bergerac.
I go Bergerac.
Poirot.
And I don't... Is it John Nettles? I go, oh no, Lovejoy. Lovejoy. Ian McShane's Lovejoy. Absolutely classic.
Columbo.
I fucking love Columbo, you know. My granddad used to watch Columbo. Oh, it's a granddad moment. My granddad had Columbo on. I used to sit and watch it with him. Oh. What's the old Murder, She Wrote?
Oh, the bitch.
She's an author, isn't she?
No, not the bitch, Carl. Where did that come from?
Angela
Lansbury. Yeah, that bitch. Carl's got beef with Angela Lansbury.
She wrote an
that
email
bitch.
to Hot Water once saying he threatened to push it up the stairs.
Murder, She Wrote.
Thanks for that. Sparrow Jack says... Oh, sorry. Stephen Giles says, if there was riots and looting going on, and you were joining in,
Yeah.
what would
Which
be...
I would, by the way. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If everyone's doing it,
Yeah.
what would be the first shop you raid and what would you take? So
Rolex store.
everyone's...
The Rolex store in Amsterdam.
I'm going to go to the Rolex store. Just after I finish at the dentist. Is there a Rolex store in...
There's a jeweller's that has Rolex in the window, yeah.
Right. What if you've got to get all the way down from your flat, haven't you? And you get there and like, the Rolex store, all the high price stores have been done first. Where's your next option? Clinton Cards.
So where's been done? Tell me where's been done.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, you're
Can't
right.
do the Apple shop, can you? Because they all get registered as they get scanned. You can't use them until they've been scanned.
Hey, there's a lot.
Rob a scanner.
Ooh,
I could rob a printer that works. Steve, anyone?
God.
I love those videos of just like 5 kids coming in and kicking the fuck out of an O2 shop. And the staff are like, I'm not getting paid enough. They just film them like, no, I'm not getting paid to stop any of these people. If I worked at a shop that was getting looted, and
I'd go in the storeroom and take all the best stuff.
My manager was like, stop them. I'd be like, go fuck yourself.
I'd join in.
Super hard.
I know where all the best stuff is. If I worked in John Lewis and John Lewis was being looted, I'm not going off the shop floor. I'm going in the fucking stock room and taking all the stuff that hasn't even been put out yet.
Yeah.
Sorry. So you're looting when you work at John Lewis?
Yeah.
So the CCTV with you with your name badge.
Yeah.
Take it off.
Adam.
Take it off.
Oh, take it off. That's
Take it
how-
off and put a hat on.
Yeah. Smart.
You never think things through.
I don't.
I'm sorry, boys, but I do cash kicks. Sorry if you're listening. You're all good lads, but yeah, something that I want.
Yeah, but don't they only have one shoe out?
It's on the back, though, innit?
I know, but you got to loot quickly. You can't be like, can I get these in a size 9? Like shoe shops are an obvious choice, but they only have the lefties out. So you're going to look fucking amazing in a
Jessops.
size UK 12 left.
Jessops.
Right, going to get another SD card.
Yeah, Steve.
Yeah, Steve lost one, didn't he? Steve, where's that card?
Would you actually join in with looting? Do you reckon the broken windows theory is true?
What, in Sorgal? There's only fucking one shop.
No,
No, there's 2 shops. There's 3 shops. There is a...
Let's say you're in London.
There is a co-op, there is a pharmacy, and there's a security firm, which would be...
You get like the
Ironic,
co-op
wouldn't
top
it?
shelf like chicken for your roast that year.
I know, but they'd be like,
Yeah.
you're right, Dan. Like, you can't loot in a village where you're from. All right, Dan?
Okay,
you're right.
well then you're in a big city.
Big city.
You're on tour.
I'm on tour.
You're in Manchester.
Oh, tickets available at dannightingale.com. Nantwich, Friday, the 9th. If I'm in Nantwich, I'm kicking the fuck out of
I'm
everything.
doing Nantwich this Friday, the 2nd, but I'm just doing a club gig. Don't come and see me. Come and see Dan.
Thanks. I really appreciate that, mate. Thank you.
I get
We
paid either
could
way.
have looted, I suppose. We were about that age when the looting kicked off in Liverpool. I remember being on MSN or Facebook, whatever it was. I'm going to get a pair of webs. And I was like, no, I'm just going to play Xbox. Mate.
But do you subscribe to that? Like, if it's going to happen anyway, you might as well get yourself something nice.
No.
No?
No, because I've got too much to lose, haven't I? Like,
Yeah.
but when I lived in Manchester and it booted off and there was riots, I lived in Manchester City Centre and I watched from my flat. I got stuck in town and got locked in the cinema. And then cinema, and when we the movies, and when we came out, we were at our window, me and my flatmate Andy Hunt. We were just watching. There was a massive JD Sports, and the fucking Scallies were like, it was amazing. You know when sometimes you see a flock of birds in the sky, like those weird formation of birds, and you're like, why the fuck is there like 10,000 starlings going fucking mental? It was like them, and then the police would come round and razz round the car park, and then they'll be like, and then they'd come back. I sort of get it. You're a fucking skint, unemployed, 18-year-old who lives in an estate who feels fucked off with the system. Yeah. I get it. If everyone's like, fuck it, everyone's kicking the shit out of shops. If you're 41 and you own a home, what are you doing?
Do you know what I'd do now that things are going all right and I don't actually need it? I would do it, but I'd do it like Robin Hood style. Robin Hood style.
Oh, his name's, if you're just listening for the first time, Adam Rowe.
I'd go and get like a MacBook Pro and give it to a homeless guy. I'm like, there you go.
Wicked.
Can apply for jobs now.
Plug that in.
Nice one. I'll edit my films.
Plug it into the fucking pavement.
Get what?
Should I plug it into the pavement?
Oh, you can take it to Starbucks, can you?
I suppose.
I'm writing a novel about a murderer. The acid bath murder. Old Bible John. Stinky.
That'd be good though.
Stinky
Just
Pete.
going around giving stuff to people who would never have a chance to own it. Get a Rolex, give it to John on the corner. He was like, "You got any change?" I haven't got change, mate, but I've got the time.
Right. You just give a Rolex to a homeless guy
Yeah.
who's literally sat there in his own fucking piss with a dog next to him that stinks as well. And he's like, look at that, lad. Fuck him. Pepsi.
Yeah.
Probably pawn it, wouldn't he, Dan?
Yeah, it probably would. You're absolutely right. What did you do with the Liverpool? Did Liverpool kick off in the riots 11 years ago?
Me and Carl were at the front of it.
Yeah. American Apparel got it.
Yeah.
American Apparel got it.
Yeah.
It actually did, yeah.
Me and Carl were throwing Molotov cocktails at passing policemen.
We were out the window.
Listen, I know that there's loads of people listening on the audio, but sometimes Adam bullshit slightly too much for his own bullshit tolerance, and he just said that and just went.
The mojitos.
The mojito cocktail.
Molotov mojitos.
Fucking sex on the beach, you pig. Whoa. Ah.
No.
Sticky.
That's where my problem with the pig scum started.
Oh, here we go. Talk is talk about it.
Yeah.
You were trying to steal.
We just want to change. I wasn't trying to steal anything.
You were trying to steal
social change.
Jet skis for toddlers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't afford one of these. It's fucking two. I have a fucking jet ski. I'm Robin Hood.
I'd probably do John Lewis, just to answer the question.
Yeah, you know you're older when you want to loot like homeware.
I know, I'd be going the electrical.
Oh, I wouldn't.
Yeah. Get myself a brand new coffee machine that I
I'd
want
have
to
like
use.
45 Dyson fucking fans in my bedroom. Like the large Hadron Collider in my room. I'd be able to fly through the middle of them.
What's that? Like it's like jump. What's it called? Like what do I mean? Parachuting, but you just
Like base jumping.
yeah, but they're in like a tube and there's a massive fan under them.
Oh, yeah, he's done it, hasn't he? Oh, he's going to do it. Indoor
gonna do it.
skydiving.
Indoor
skydiving.
skydiving. You could
Yeah.
just do your own of them.
I was told I couldn't do it because of my shoulder, so I gave it to my ex-girlfriend and my mum. Hope they enjoyed it.
Have a great time. Legally obtained.
Oh, Zara Home, actually. Fucking the rugs in there, mate. You know how expensive the rugs are? Mate,
There is a like a bottom end when you're looting where you're like, dickhead, you are not concentrating. In Manchester, the first thing that got booted off was in the Salford precinct, and it was the cash converters. I used to do a bit about it on stage, like aim higher than the cash converters where you live. If everyone's looting, don't be like, cash converters. What did you get, Dave? What did you get? I got a fucking flute.
Maybe
like,
it's just people trying to get their own stuff back, though.
Oh,
Maybe there's a nostalgia to it.
Oh no, that's so sad.
Yeah, but it's going to be full of people
I just
taking
want my mum's wedding ring.
Yeah? Maybe that's what it is.
No, it wasn't though, because I saw a guy walking out of town that afternoon when it had all booted off in that evening, and there was a guy walking past with a keytar. That's not like a family heirloom, is it?
You never know.
Do you remember? No, I do know.
You don't?
No, no. A Scally walking back to Miles Platin with a 1980s Yamaha keyboard that is also a guitar. He's not like, this was passed down generation to generation.
No, but like it could have been his dad.
My dad was a guitar player.
Maybe his dad
my granddad was
died, maybe it was his dad's, and he sold it so that he could buy some heroin. And now he's off the heroin and he wants it back.
Yeah.
But he couldn't afford it, so he just popped in and took that. Why didn't he take anything else? It's weird that he took that. I guarantee you it was a family heirloom.
Yeah, I mean, the other option is he's a fucking moron, but that is the other option, that it's no. He just wanted his guitar back.
You know, based on the indoor skydiving thing you asked, would you ever go squirrel jump flying?
Say that again, in the right order.
Squirrel jump flying.
Squirrel jump flying.
Do you know what I mean?
As in the flying squirrels?
Yeah.
And they have like the suits on.
Yeah.
Flying squirrel jump.
Squirrel jump flying.
Is it flying squirrel jumps? What
You mean the one where you
get wings essentially, don't you? Like it's attached to your legs and you're absolutely and you jump off a mountain and you can fly.
Yeah.
Apparently it's safe.
I defo want to lose some weight before I trust in a Red Bull flying squirrel suit.
But would you do it? I'd rather do that than skydiving because I feel like I'm more in control. I trust myself more than I trust a parachute.
No,
What?
I really want a parachute.
No.
I just want to, but I want some instructor behind me. You know, hopefully a gay one who's just got a bit of an erection.
All right. You want
He's
to get
like,
bummed in here?
You're safe here, Dan. Yeah. I'm going to do it in Ecuador. You're safe here. Open your eyes.
And your ass.
You'll experience something for the first time.
Yeah, I seen a TikTok about it the other day and I've not stopped thinking about it. I think I want to do it.
You wouldn't do it?
Can I just talk about my Ecuadorian gay experience? Parachute. It's called a nest, though. No. Parachute first, then squirrel suit.
I don't like the idea of parachuting. I like the idea of jumping through a valley.
Yeah. Do you know how... So hang on. Just because I think you are insane. How do you think the flying squirrel suit jump ends?
He thinks he lands on his feet.
He thinks he lands on his feet.
How does it end?
It ends with
Parachute.
a parachute.
No, it doesn't.
What?
How do you think they
What?
land?
What?
It doesn't end with a parachute.
What?
What, they just like fucking army roll and land?
I think so. I think you slow down towards the end. You like pull up. And you just walk.
Or just what? And then land it like that.
You've got no legs. Your legs are fell off.
First time. You've never... Yeah. I'll be strapped to a gay guy in Ecuador. Thank you.
You slow the heck down. You have the option to convert that. That doesn't make any sense.
There's no parachute though.
Finn's using the internet, guys. He's on the Plaid Cymru website.
A wingsuit. Yeah,
You can't do it without a parachute, Finn.
One person has, and it's
One person has.
Two.
Here he comes. Two. What I'll do is I'll fly straight into the fucking Rolex store. Yes! I know homeless guys who are going to look fucking great in these. When I overheard someone at the gym the other day, went to David Lloyd for the second time.
Nice gym, innit?
So that is two family visits for David Lloyd. £1,000 out of the bank so far. Value. And I overheard someone go, yeah, going to the Rolex. So, by the way, this David Lloyd is in Ellesmere Port. So, this cunt thinks he's all that. He lives in Ellesmere Port, behave. And he was like, yeah, going to the Rolex store. And I think he was there with his dad. He was like, right, that's a bit expensive, isn't it? He was like, yeah, Dad, not everyone can get a Rolex. Just I feel that world is a bit like, yeah.
Spat at him.
Yeah.
A mate of mine matched with a guy on Tinder the other day, and she sent me his Instagram profile because his pinned picture, you can pin 3 pictures. One of his pinned pictures is a screenshot of where he places on the Sunday Times rich list.
I bet that works.
He sounds great. Should we get him on as a fucking guest? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Conte.
Mad that, innit?
I bet it works.
It will for the type of
Yeah.
person he's trying to attract.
Yeah.
Genuinely got locked in the cinema that day with the riots in Manchester. It was just something else. Got to the end of the film
Me and
and they
Carl
were
were outside.
you can't.
Setting busies on blaze.
Yeah.
It's fucking pina colada. Fuck you, the Odeon. Your
what-
popcorn's ridiculous.
Or whatever you'd rather.
What? What'd you say?
He said pina colada. I said, or whatever you'd rather.
What other theories have you got, Carl? Whack out another theory.
Stizzy Rascal.
Sparrow. Thank you. Someone's like, fucking great reference. Sparrow. Carl, I thought your theory was great, Carl. When are you on tour? Sparrow. It would sell so well. Sparrow Jack.
Sparrow Jack.
Sparrow Jack says, Wag Wag Lids, question. My bird thinks if she moans, you finish quicker. So if she ain't really in the mood, she moans like a porn star and thinks it speeds it up. But I don't think so. What are your thoughts? Cheers.
True.
Absolutely true. What are you talking about?
Of course it is.
A woman screaming in your ear makes me come so quick.
These trailers just make themselves sometimes. Should have seen him at Centre Court Wimbledon, mate.
Oh, he's in a pool in his own jizz. Strawberries and cream. He's got some.
Shut up over, made him fucking explode. No, but of course
Monica Sellers.
it makes it sexier, doesn't it? When
No.
You don't like moaning?
What are you on about?
I get your theory. Moaning is nice.
When we say moaning,
It
by the
is
way,
not.
we mean like sexy moans, not like, hey, have you done the fucking dishes?
Why don't you like my parents?
That bin still stings.
You said you spent more time with me at the weekends.
Yeah, just like that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Do it again. Just because trying not to.
Mama like that. Mama.
No, that's you doing the first solid poo of your adult life. That's not how you poo, by the way. That's more like, yeah. Yes!
It's better for both. If both are making noises, they're both going harder into it and you get into it and it's sexy.
Right? But that does have a tipping point where so it's like, oh my God. That's all good.
Yeah, and if she's like,
yeah, if it goes, I don't think you're going to come quicker.
Yeah, these we've got neighbours.
I don't know, you know.
Yeah.
It's better.
What are they going to do? Throw us out? Ask us to leave Runcorn? Please do!
They'll probably
End
ask-
it!
probably
Dave
ask us to
Chappelle knows who we are!
Yeah, I love a little moan. It just lets me know that me dick's good and I'm doing a good job.
You've got to moan back as well. You've both got to be fucking vocal.
I grunt. Ooh. Yeah, I'm like,
You sound like Russ Bray then. The darts fella.
oh, 40. Yeah, I grunt.
Go on.
Like like when your granddad gets out of his chair.
Women love that.
Fucking hell.
You're doing that throughout sex.
Yeah, women love it. They've told me.
Yeah. What swears? What's your go-to sex swears?
What do you mean?
Because I find sex swearing titillating, but you can't just be like, cunt, bastard. Like, there's certain, what's your...
It's just normally just fuck, innit?
Oh, fuck.
Pussy's good. Yeah. Pussy's the best word to say in sex.
Unless you say, fuck my
it
pussy.
just doesn't sound right in our voice, I
No,
don't
but
think.
you've got to own it.
Piss.
Pussy is the best. And if you own it, it's the best. Trust me.
If you own the pussy.
Yeah. Just own the word. Don't be like, hey, you got your pussy owned.
Yeah, defo don't do that.
Hey.
Say pussy.
Just saying, you could, get your pussy out. Don't do that.
I don't want to be too forceful. Can I suck on your massive titties?
Don't say titties during sex.
Tits. Tits
I
is
don't
the
know.
sex type word.
I'm quite sort of flexible when it comes to sex.
Like a breadstick.
Talk me through it, Bible
I
John.
don't mean
yoga.
physically.
Oh, no.
I mean,
save my physical flex for the fucking flying squirrel suit.
I mean, like, I'm sort of like an actor when it comes to sex.
Yeah.
Like, I can play any role.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh.
Oh, I put it in your pussy.
Like,
Hanoi,
like,
bit of hell.
if a girl, like, like some people are like, I'm a dom or I'm a sub or whatever.
I know those conversations.
Right?
Me and Laura are always having them.
No.
Let me finish
Dick
my
and
fucking
Dom.
Cocoa Pops.
Dick and Dom. Mad.
Right?
Yeah, that's a sound you heard.
I can be either.
No.
I can be a dominating pussy daddy.
Done. I'm done. I'm gonna really struggle to come back from that one. We need to get that on merch really quick.
And then also,
okay,
I can have, some tiny little woman make me a bitch. I can play either way. I just need to know. I need to set the parameters. What's me role? What do you want me to do? Do you want me to be loud? Do you want me to be quiet? Do you want me to be a bitch? Do you want me to be your dad? What do you want?
James Milner.
I want you to be a quiet bitch. If I can have the... You want what? You want to be James Milner?
That's what he is, isn't he?
Oh,
Where do you want me today?
So versatile.
Where do you want me?
So
like
versatile.
I'm quite like I just really enjoy any sort of sex as long as it's with the right person. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you want to get dominated by a quiet bitch.
I don't mind that if that's what she wants. And I think relationships, like, I should be able to take charge sometimes. And then also, do you know what? Tie me to the bed and tickle me. Do whatever you want.
I don't think you'd like that. I know I don't like that.
What do you mean?
I like to be in control, mate.
No, I like to be in control, but every now and then I don't mind an away day.
No, I don't know.
In Tickletown.
Don't tie
Yeah,
me.
maybe we're different, Carl.
Yeah, if we had sex, we'd butt heads. I mean, other things, but...
Yeah. Carl's a bit more, I'm the man. I don't even take my clothes off.
I'm just quite secure enough to be like, I think I should be in control most of the
I
time.
pay the bills. I pay all the bills. You are a woman. Stay there.
What's he doing with his arms?
That's you.
I'm a man. I don't get naked. That's gay.
Fucking Adam. Jack of all trades, isn't he?
Yeah.
Master of none.
I'll go to a fucking Peruvian whorehouse and I'll dance. I'll dance for men if that's what she wants.
I'm willing to negotiate when it comes to,
So I'll do both, but I enjoy being in control more.
Same. 100%.
I've had girls overdo the noise and I've had to
The
stop
louder
and go,
the better.
Turn it down.
Well, no, the more enthusiastic, the better, I would say. Yeah. She doesn't have to be loud. She just has to be like, let me know you're having the time of your life.
I love a whisper fuck though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, but you've got kids. That's like surely like sexy.
no, it's just, just I don't know. There's something about having to limit it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
There was a girl once who was definitely faking it with me because she kept making like really weird. She kept going, oh, like again and again and again, and I was like, no one naturally makes that noise.
Oh, porn stars. That shut up.
You know,
Oh, oh,
Adam shags owls.
Fucked a wood pigeon.
oh. It was like she was repeatedly dropping her keys. Oh,
Oh, a penny. Oh, found a penny.
Who was this?
oh, Louise.
She was little.
Was it really Louise? Someone got
Little
Louise.
Lou.
Yeah.
Little Lou.
Well,
Louise
I'm horny
Redknapp.
again now. Louise
Louise
Redknapp. It was Louise Redknapp.
She asked me not to tell anyone about that, but look, I've said it now, and we don't edit stuff out, Louise. So
Fuck you, Jamie.
Yeah.
I know
They're
they
not
broke
together
up,
anymore.
haven't they? Broke
Yeah,
up.
that's
No, but
why.
it was while they were together.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
That's why.
And the bitch used his keys.
Yeah.
We've got to end the section because I'm horny again. It's just so 260. Enjoy the break. Let's talk about Nord. NordVPN.com/haveaword. Use promo code HaveAword. We really love being sponsored by NordVPN, the finest of all the VPN providers. Now, I wasn't an expert when we first got involved, but Ishan has taught me all about them.
I love a VPN. Did you know VPN actually stands for Virtual Private Network? And that's exactly what it is. It's a private network for you wherever you are in the world. You might be in Peru. You might be in Japan. You want to watch some dodgy porn. Not a problem. You've got a VPN. You can access the website you need.
Yeah, and if you want to watch Netflix, but the show you've got is in America, you can't get it on normal Netflix, get on NordVPN, and then you unlock a whole load of international Netflix. Grab your exclusive NordVPN deal by going to nordvpn.com/haveaword to get a huge discount off your NordVPN plan, plus 1 additional month for free. A free threat protection is completely risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee.
Get on it.
Promo code HaveAword. Nice one.
Get on me.
Piers Morgan's a cunt, isn't he? Anyway, Michelle's in! How are you, mate?
I'm all right, you know.
Yeah?
Yeah, I made it. Can I tell you what I did?
Yeah?
Okay, I do not know why I convinced myself that this was in Liverpool, right?
Do you know what that'll be?
Does it
that'll
happen
be
all the
my
fucking
accent,
time?
demeanour, and probably me jumper.
That'll do it. That'll do it, right? So I've said. So you know, the first time I was meant to come,
Yeah.
train strike,
Yeah.
absolute shit show,
Yeah.
whatevs. So this time I said to my fella, like, should we just go Liverpool? Like, I've got to go do this podcast. We spend the night there. It'll be jokes.
Yeah.
He was like, yes, great. So we've driven to Liverpool. Yeah, I've gone to the hotel where I'm booked in. This is at 1:15. And I was like, let me just look up the address. And he's like messing around with parking. I was like, have you paid for your parking yet? He was like, nah. I went, good, mate, because this place is fucking far. He was like, he goes, well, how did you miss this? Did you not look up that? I said, yeah, I just kind of. And the funny thing is, I listened to the podcast last night just to sort of see. I was thinking, why do they keep on talking about Runcorn? What is it with this area? Like, where's the joke? Am I missing a joke or something? I was like, what? Like, why are they slagging off this place? Like, what's the joke? Yo, the way we just had to burn the fucking tarmac to get here. I was like, wait, what?
Have you come across the Big Mad Bridge?
Yeah.
You've got to make sure you pay that by midnight tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's like, it's like
sneaky.
£2 if you pay it by tomorrow night.
Right.
Or it's like $7,000 if it goes a minute past midnight.
Adam, have you paid yours?
Nice.
I'm on it.
You know what? Thank you.
Adam
Thank you.
owes them a house.
Serious.
Yeah,
What
man.
happened was I swapped my car. So I upgraded my car earlier in the year and I used to have a fast tag for it on my old car. And I forgot to put the fast tag on the new car.
You can't
Wow.
do that, have you
And
got
he's
a
been
fast tag on the new one?
reminded several times.
I've
Wow.
got someone who works there who's on it for me.
Have you been paying since then?
No, they're on it for me.
Are
They're
you
sorting
sure
it out.
though?
I'm across this. Okay?
Yeah.
It's getting sorted.
Can you imagine being like, fucking hell, Adam's doing all these weird corporate gigs, but I forgot to put his tag on the other car, mate. It's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, I felt like such a wally because I was like, how did I...
You're not the first person to do that.
I bet, but I was trying to, obviously, because I was with my fellow, I was like, but let me look at the notes because surely there's a good reason. And you just repeatedly over the DMs was like, this is where you're going. There was no mention of Liverpool. No one's ever said Liverpool. You always said it was here.
Yeah.
And I just scanned over it and was like, oh, nice, I'm going Liverpool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
You would assume it though. We are moving there very soon.
Yeah,
the
fucking
new
hurry
studio.
up, mate, because this is a boot. This is... Do you know what I mean? Like,
We're allowed to
say
Runcorn
'cause we're in
before.
it.
Have you never been here before?
to Runcorn?
No.
No.
Runcorn's lovely, you know.
Runcorn.
We take the piss out of it, but if you shouldn't have stayed in Liverpool, really. You should have stayed here with your fella. There's more to do in Runcorn.
Honestly, you don't think that he was telling me
Michelle,
this?
do you want the bullshit bell? I'll ding it for you.
No, it's like Lake Como.
Yeah.
Like
it
chemo.
is. Oh, Lord.
As we were heading, I was like, oh, there's probably some really nice places to stay around. He was like, when he was booking a hotel, didn't you think, where's near to the...
It is near. It's a bit of a,
Half an hour drive.
A little
Where?
40 minutes.
40 minutes.
A little 40 minutes.
Where are you staying? You'll be
in-
long gone before our listeners hear this, so don't worry. They're not going to turn up.
I weren't worried. I was just trying to remember. Inside hotel?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's good. Got a great
Yeah.
roof bar.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
to the roof bar, the sky
Yeah.
bar. It's good.
When I finally get back there,
Yeah.
I'll enjoy it.
Oh, you've
Yeah,
gone
you-
fancy there.
You
Yeah.
can see Runcorn from that skybar. So you'll like it. You'll feel at home.
I can't believe you've never been to Runcorn before. It's like one of the 7 best things to do in the UK if you look on TripAdvisor.
You know what? I'm elated. I can feel it in my system.
Yeah.
The Runcorn's coursing through my veins.
The
I
locals.
feel alive.
The locals as well. Because it's like everyone knows so much about the town. You can speak to everyone because no one's ever left in like 7 generations.
That sounds
Yeah.
like top-notch banter. Thanks, Adam. Can't wait.
They've got a nuclear power plant. What more do you want?
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's literally around the corner.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, is it walking distance?
Depends how far you're willing to walk.
Is that shit nuclear?
I thought it was.
Oh, I don't.
It's got the big pipes like it is.
It's got big pipes.
It looks like The Simpsons. doesn't it?
Simpsons one, yeah.
I was
There
going
you
to say,
go.
is that what you're going on?
Yeah.
You're like, it's got the big
Is it,
pipes.
hang on.
Carl's definitely not an engineer, but it's got big pipes.
Hang on.
Sounds nuclear.
In my head, them things meant that it's nuclear.
It is a nuclear power
Is
plant.
that wrong?
It absolutely is.
No, it's. Boys, what in Runcorn? What are you talking about?
Hang on, I'm not taking the piss here. I thought them big, like,
Yeah, the
Simpsons
big-
things.
You know the big fucking...
What, the one that's not in fucking Runcorn?
Any
One
power
that's
plant
over
that
the
can
water.
double up as a skate park is nuclear.
Right.
Yes, is that Sellafield?
We all had an aneurysm. This is the worst fucking... This is the worst travel board you've ever... welcome to Runcorn. We're going to tell you some places that aren't here.
Thanks.
Stay in Liverpool. We'll talk about power plants that aren't in Runcorn.
How is that not wrong?
Poor
You can
old
see it
fucking
from the
Runcorn.
bridge.
Ah,
can't you?
right. Yeah. Have you been to Liverpool before?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, that's proper.
Yeah. That's
you're
what.
gonna have
That's
a
why
right
I
old
thought I'd
time.
stay somewhere nice
Yeah.
and like make a night of it.
Are you going to go out to eat and drink?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
What night's it? Thursday?
Thursday. Picardo always.
Yeah, go to Picardo. Do you like
Yeah.
Italian food?
Yeah.
Go to Picardo.
All right
Hey guys,
then.
and if you want advice on where to go in Liverpool, what you've got to do is listen to this conversation and use the information and not email us going, coming to Liverpool, could you tell us where we should go? This is the chat. Take it in, Bacaro.
Salt. It's Italian
Always.
tapas. Oh,
Is
get the
it
risotto, mate.
Italian
Yeah.
tapas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Little tiny Italian dishes. You
Yeah.
get fucking loads of them. Get a steak, you get a lasagna.
Risotto's good.
Risotto.
The goat's cheese is... Oh.
What are you laughing at?
And it's powered by nuclear power as well.
It's fucking great,
Thursday,
isn't it?
Thursday for the bevy. Go down Seal Street ways. Maybe with a
Well,
pole.
Castle Street Townhouse,
Castle Street,
right next to Picardo. I'd start there for your first drink. Go to Picardo for some food.
Oh, you can have a great
And it
night.
depends what sort of night you want. What sort of night you're after? You're after clubs or bars?
Nah, I'm not going clubs, man.
Why?
No, I'm done with that shit.
We don't go to clubs.
What?
When was the time we went
Who's
to a
going
club?
clubs?
Exactly.
Who's
go
going
to clubs all the
now?
time.
Oh, shut up. Are you going clubs?
Yeah.
Really? When? When was the last time you went to
What
a
was the
club?
last club we went?
Monday night.
What?
After the quiz?
Monday. Already? On a Monday?
Yeah.
That's when you was out clubbing? All right, mate. Just you on the dance floor on your own with the fucking glow stick
I
chatting
don't
to the
think you're ready
bartender.
for Liverpool. Liverpool is a 7-night a week, 24 hours a day city, love.
Yeah? All right. So what was you doing on Monday then?
We hosted our quiz, and then I went clubbing.
Oh, I thought you was going to say that was it. We hosted our quiz. Double dropped. It was mental.
What club?
He went to an Irish bar. That's
No,
where
I
he
went
to.
there first, and then went on to a club.
What club?
What club?
Teddy's.
Fuck
You're full of shit.
It's a
That's
bar.
not a
It's a
club.
bar.
You're actually lying and you're embarrassing everyone.
Oh my God! Get that as a sound drop. I want that clipped off. Beautiful.
You were in Potworld last
Beautiful.
week. That's a
I
club.
was in Pop World last week. Yeah. Surrounded by 12-year-olds, having the time of my life.
Ooh, all
Trying to
right,
start
let's
an early
move away
freshers
from
week.
that.
Yeah. I went to Fusion about a week or two ago.
Yeah.
That's open until 6 a.m.
Honestly, the more examples you give me, the more to me it sounds like shit.
Can I just say, it's so long that since I've been to a club, this whole thing about getting a booth and having your own booth, the last time I went clubs, that wasn't a thing. We just went dancing.
Well, because there's two kinds of.
Sounds so old. We just went dancing.
Well, it was no.
Me and Mildred, we'd just we'd go for a dance down the ballroom every Thursday night.
Guys, we'd beaten Hitler and we wanted to celebrate it. The war was over. Do you know, I don't think you understand what it's like to
Were
be
you doing the
41.
Charleston?
I'm 41.
Well, then
we
it's
remember.
rude. It's rude then.
Thank you. So
I'm the old
we remember the 90s. Off your nut and Mozza bushes.
Thank you.
Do you
On
know what I
what?
mean?
Mozza
Mozza bushes.
What's that?
How old are you, Adam?
Mitsubishis, we
30.
call them.
Oh.
Mitsubishi's, the little tablets.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen them. I've heard
You
the
have to
rumours.
take a lot of pills to be mispronouncing Mitsubishi, don't you?
Do you know what?
I've had about four
someone
Mitsubishi.
someone pulled me up on that the other day. And you know when you're a grown up and you realise you've been saying something wrong your
Yeah.
whole life?
I know, she
Do you know-
knows that I'm not from Nebraska. I sang that for a decade.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Go on, what have you got?
Exactly. No, well that.
Mitsubishi?
Yeah.
Mitsubishi.
Just
sounds
saying
better.
that.
It
Like,
I thought you said what's it bushes at first.
Yeah.
I thought you said what's it bushes.
yeah, well, anyway.
It's my Harry Potter Hermione, isn't it? Because I'd never
What?
literally.
That's a common one, you know.
I'm from Lancashire. No one's called Hermione in Lancashire. So I read the first Harry Potter book and I was like, there's a kid called Hermione.
No, that's common. That's honestly really, really,
Right,
really
yeah,
common.
yeah. But I was
I
was 25 when someone corrected me. Like,
I call him Rowan for the whole first book as well.
Rowan.
Yeah, not Ron.
But
Rowan.
the thing is, right, when you do stuff like that and no one corrects you and then you get corrected later in life, you just think, do I need to like readdress my friends? Like, do I need to like reassess everyone and just be like, are you actually my friend? Because you just been letting me out here on these streets.
they're enablers.
Thank you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was off my night on Mitsubushi's. And, and it was fun times. We remember, don't we, back in the
But there was
day?
no booths. This whole thing about, oh yeah, you book a booth and you get like, what is it, grey fucking swan?
Grey swan, yeah.
What is it? Big black goose. What is it?
No, it's brown horse.
Brown horse.
Bottle of brown
Yeah.
horse.
Bottle of brown horse.
What's the grey? It's the grey geese, isn't it?
The grey geese.
That's 2 bottles.
Very good. He's a word nonce, and sometimes it's worth it.
Yeah, you can switch it up though. You can have whatever you want. You don't just have to have vodka. You can go in and be like, they'll be like, oh, you get this like Grey Goosey booth. You're like, fucking keep that, mate. Get me a bottle of Sailor Jerry's stat.
Right, stat. You'd say stat. Yeah, because you're cool. Because you go clubbing on a Monday, don't you? With a lot of fucking children.
Speaks Latin.
Hey, guys, cowabunga. I want a bottle. Table 5. No one else on it. What's up? Yeah, just drove here in my Matsuboshi. You don't even want to know what pills I'm taking. what?
I've never done booth culture though. Like, it's not always at all.
Oh, is it called booth culture?
Yeah, it's like the only way is Essex sort of influencer.
Let me-
But I tell you not what though. Like, I understand wanting a bit of privacy and having just a
That's
little
not what it
fucking.
is though, is
No,
it?
it's not about
a
privacy.
flex.
It's about stunting.
Yeah, I don't want
All
that.
right. So years ago, I used to live in New York, right? And I moved out there as a model. And when I was modeling in New York, that's all we did because we weren't old enough to go out drinking because you had to be 21. So you'd get these like greasy promoters that would be like, do you want to have a good time? And you'd be like, yeah, all right then. And they would take you into these massive nightclubs, right? And then all the models would be able to drink for free to lure in these like Wall Street bankers to sit on the tables by you in the VIP section. So they would spend like $4,000 on their bottle of Black Swan, and you'd be drinking for free and just sort of like looking over at them every now and again and thinking, you wish you could. Do you know what I mean? And
So
just like, watch,
you were
watch.
in free to just make the place look good.
Yeah.
You were like,
Oh,
yeah.
that's great. Fun times.
Does sound great.
Yeah, it
See, I
was-
don't want the status of it. I want a booth with all my mates, and I just want a single gin and tonic. The pub.
You want to go to the pub?
The pub-
Thank you.
It's
That's
a
the
pub.
pub, Adam.
That's why I like the pub so much.
Do you know what? This is why you think you've been out clubbing on a Monday. You're like, I've got my own VIP booth. You're like, mate, it's the pub.
I'm in the Dog and Ducks. I'm in the VIP area. And I don't want a bottle. I have a pint of bitter. That's my clubbing.
Dan, do you know what? Ibiza like is it a bed that you buy?
What?
Yeah.
Do you know what that culture is? You spend like $5,000 for like a day bed, which is outside, essentially by the
Right.
pool,
Right.
just so you can lie there and look nice.
Look like you spent $5,000 or something,
Right.
innit?
People
it's like,
spend
it's like
thousands.
what you would be when you was a kid with like wanting to get wicked trainers. It's like
Yeah.
that, but
Look
for
at
a
me
day.
bed.
Yeah.
See, I'm still doing the trainer thing, me though.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I'm still. That's my.
You
sort
still
of-
care about trainers though? Yeah. Proper?
Yeah.
What about like
I've
getting them
only
dirty?
just started, really, like last year.
What, did you go out with no money?
Yeah,
Yeah, that'll do it.
yeah, yeah. And then someone went, "Yeah, you're doing all right."
Then
Yeah.
he's got a financial advisor and he's like, lads, put your money in shoes
He's like in
Fucking
boxes, shoe
smart,
boxes, yeah.
and wear them as well.
Yeah, he's a
Because then people
financial
know-
advisor, but he's got a side business. He sells shoes.
Yeah.
I haven't put the dots together
Did
yet.
you get a little bed in Ocean?
If I went to Ibiza, never did it. Went clubbing, never did it. Because I was like, I can get munted in Manchester. Why do I need to go to Ibiza?
Oh no,
you
I don't agree
alright,
with that.
mate?
I don't agree with that. That's
Are you
nonsense.
alright?
What?
What are you on about?
Well, because
It's Ibiza. It's
You wait,
yeah,
I can get munted in Manchester.
yeah.
Why would I go to Ibiza?
Well, there's just great clubs where people were selling much shais, and I was taking loads of them, and I was like, in my head, I'm like, yeah, but I can be home in a taxi in 15 quid. In 15 quid, like it's an amount of time.
She's looking at you like a dog who's seen a magic trick.
I never-
She's very confused at the minute.
Yeah, but you got taken to Ibiza. Like, come to Ibiza, make it
No,
look
I had to
beautiful.
take myself to Ibiza.
I got asked
and
not to
with
come.
my own money. Oh, it's fucking horrible.
I got invited to Benidorm.
You'd rather go. All right,
No, no.
all right. But seriously, you would rather go out for a night in Manchester than spend a week in Ibiza in the sun. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was
waves lapping
I
at your
get it.
feet.
I get it.
And
It was
you're
great.
like, no, I want to go fucking Manchester.
But I loved going out, getting wrecked and dancing. But we just did that. We were skint. We were in our early 20s in Manchester. And we just did that in Manchester. Like, people were like, oh, we're going to Ibiza. And they were like, yeah, that costs $5,000 or whatever. Because the clubs, everyone was like, to get in a club in Ibiza, we're talking 20 years ago, was 50, 60 quid. I was like, yeah, I
Yeah.
don't get it.
It was
I can't justify it.
Okay. You're like, I'm gonna spend all that money on pills.
It used to be £1 a pill, didn't it?
Oh,
You've told me about the stuff back in the day.
Oh, it was
£1 a pill.
So cheap. And
Did you used to pay £1 a pill?
Yeah.
Surely not in London.
Fun times, yes.
£1 a pill
man.
back
Oh, the
then?
noughties, it was
Yeah.
well cheap. And you'd be like, how many pills you had? And dickheads were like, I've had 15 pills. And then you talk to older pillheads who were like, from like the Hacienda days, who were like, they couldn't get, because their pill was like, they paid £10 for it. It was like a salt lick.
Yeah.
It was like one of them things you left in a fishbowl when you went on
gobstopper.
holiday. You just needed a lick. I was high for a fortnight.
Yeah.
And then by the time I was going clubbing, it'd been like, the
Been
gangs
watered
had got
down,
involved
innit?
and watered down.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Exactly.
it was £1 a pill.
£1 a pill. But also that's when like mushrooms were legal for that little while, that little sweet window.
Oh, yeah.
What, mushrooms were legal?
Yeah.
As
Magic
in
mushrooms.
Yeah.
Criminalised.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You could go to like Camden or wherever and like
could go to
buy,
Dr.
and buy
Kruger's.
mushrooms.
Yeah.
Do you know if you got caught with mushrooms in your house, magic mushrooms, like loads of them, and the
Say
police were
you're a
like,
chef.
you're going to prison?
Yeah.
Couldn't you just be like,
Make a carbonara?
I'm making a bolognese?
Do you want some?
It would be great if they were like, right, well, we are going to arrest you, or you've got to make a massive bolognese
Yeah, I'm feeding
with
the homeless.
all of that. With no, and then you've got to eat it.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, all right,
Yeah. Oh, you got
Cook
to
it
have
up.
your own drugs. What a fucking nightmare.
all at once.
I'm not going to eat a full vat of bolognese to myself, am I?
I think you give it a go. Adam, I want to see you on mushrooms so
What do you think
much.
mushrooms look like, as in the drug mushroom? Do you think it's like a big, like, portobello?
I think it just looks the same thing as in the Asda, doesn't it?
Yeah. Just chop it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've never done them, so I don't know, but I just thought mushrooms were mushrooms.
I think they look a bit scraggy.
Yeah.
There
So
was,
they look
there was,
like they're going
dry,
out
there
to
was
date.
dried ones.
Yeah.
Or there was like really the like if
Yeah.
someone dealt mushrooms, this sounds so random, but it's true. They'd be like a bit wetter and like
Yeah.
fresher, and
Yeah.
they were always the best ones. And then you'd have people like, I put them in a tea, or I try
Yeah.
and chop them up. And I was so fussy about it. I was like, if we're getting high, we're gonna have to struggle through this.
Because
And
they taste
far
disgusting.
I was like, ow.
You don't want to prolong that, and then they get stuck in your teeth, and you're.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I could not
Horrible.
imagine being on mushrooms and having to eat a bolognese. That is a thing of nightmares.
Magic mushrooms
what?
in a bolognese. As you start, we're getting really high, you're like, and you start missing your mouth. I'm sorry, officer. I usually know how to eat.
Yeah, but also, if I'm having a bolognese and the busies are there, they're going to have some as well, aren't they? So then they've done them.
That's how that works.
It's called double Jeffrey. They can't get
do
you.
you? Yeah.
They can't get you.
Once you've left the shop.
Because that's what police do on drugs raids. They go, hang on, we've got to check that this is drugs. So you do some drugs and we'll do some drugs.
No,
And
it's
now we're all...
bolognese.
Oh, it's
bolognese.
bolognese. Yeah. Hide
Are you
your
an hungry officer? Let's sit down
I'm
and
not
watch
a dealer.
Pokemon.
I'm a chef.
It's like when you
What?
murder someone with a leg of lamb, cooked a leg of lamb, feed it to the busies. They've had the murder weapon, none the wiser.
Yeah. We're one
Have
of
a
the
bolognese, mate.
we're
And
one
then
of the
he's
most
all high,
popular-
like, you've done drugs.
In Australia.
You're under arrest.
Have a bolognese, mate.
This nonsense is making us pretty wealthy.
Is it?
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
Dude.
It's one of those moments when you look over at the guest and they're like, what the fuck?
That is the best way to kill someone, no? Kill them with something that's edible and then feed it to a pig and then eat the pig.
And this is Carl, our producer.
See, look, this is the thing, right? You see in comedy where they're like, white men are under attack. I'm like, you lot are fine.
Yeah, we're fine. Oh, we're
Hey, you lot are
fine.
fine.
Yeah. You kill someone with a leg of lamb, right? And then you cook
I
the
don't
lamb.
feel fine. I'm hanging around with these whites. These are my whites. I need to pick. You're right. They are fine, white, but these are mine. Pick better whites.
Yeah. A leg of lamb is a good murder weapon.
I know you love lamb and
Freeze
murder.
it, fuck off, defrost it, have a roast.
Yep.
You're done. You're sorted.
Or stand them on a block of ice and hang them. It'll melt.
You lot are going into some old school bullshit. Do you know what I mean?
What?
Stand up. Do you remember that riddle that was like, there's a man hanging, he's got a puddle of water underneath him. How did he get up there? You've got 20 minutes. And you're like, I don't know. Block of ice.
Jesus, he's one mad in your age.
It was after the war.
How are you killing someone
It
then?
was pretty. What?
How are you killing
Are
someone?
you all right today, Carl? You've got murder on the mind. In the second section today, we're in the third. In the second section, Carl
You'll
was
agree
like,
with
I've got a
this.
theory about murderers that their names make them sound like murderers before you even know they're murderers. And now he's asking, how'd
Look
you
at
kill
this.
people?
See?
Oh, no,
Do you
that's
need a
all
raise?
right.
Michelle.
John
Yeah.
Wayne
It's
Gacy.
utter bollocks.
It's not. Ian Huntley.
Yeah.
John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Fred West.
Yeah. It's Bam Bam Fred West. If it was like Nicholas West, no.
Yeah,
But it's like
Nicholas
two-
West. I'm like, oh, I'll go back
Yeah,
to yours.
he makes the
Cool.
tuna, but it's 2, innit? Bam Bam. That's John West, innit? But it's... Bam Bam. Like Rose West, Fred West.
I need better white.
Myra Hindley. You're not leaving your kids with her. I'm
No,
right.
not now that I know.
Yeah.
I think you're coloured by the fact that you know.
No, I think some people have got murder names.
You're talking utter shite. And I
Do you
can't
not-
believe anyone's agreed with you.
Adam Rowe isn't.
No.
No.
Oh,
No.
I
There you
don't
go.
know. He's like fucking leg of lamb, swat. Eat
No,
it
it's,
over the.
I'm not talking like a random needless murder. I'm just talking about if someone's ever wronged you.
Cooked him a lamb.
There's someone I've thought about killing about once a week for about 5 years. No.
What, the same person?
Yeah. Oh, he's dead. If I ever get the opportunity, he is dead.
Oh, I know what you mean.
So how was New York? New York was nice.
Yeah, it was
Yeah. I know,
When did you move there?
in 2000.
Did you ever do stand-up over there?
Yeah, that's where I started.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought you were from New York
No.
when I first met you. Because someone said, oh, that's Michelle. It was that Top Secret. That's pretty
Yeah.
much all. I think that's where we've met there
Yeah.
every time we've met. Like, oh, Michelle, she's over from New York.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah. But
But
like,
I'm not from there.
yeah, but you can understand
Can
where
you
I
imagine
made
I've
that
been
mistake.
back 2 weeks and I'm like, you alright? How long she been back? A week.
Do you live back over here now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long were you in New? You went over to do modelling,
Yeah.
and then you tried stand up.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I know. I thought I was funny because I was hanging out with models. I was like, oh, it's top notch banter coming from me here. I'm sitting in the room alight. But yeah, then I started stand up and I was like, oh, right, this is hard.
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
Like 11 years ago.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
we're similar. I'm 12 years in.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was it like starting out in New York, especially when you're English?
It was good actually. I think it was. I'm really happy that that's where like my early years in stand up were, because I just think it's like you build a better community of comics. This is in my opinion. Do you know what I mean? And like and also you can get to like loads of gigs in a night. There's no money involved. No one's getting paid to do it. So you get to like fuck around and you're truly doing it because you're passionate about it. Whereas I feel like here quite quickly it's like, well, can I get on telly? Gonna go to Edinburgh, and then like making money, and then you can get sort of stuck in your set quite a bit because you're making money, so you're not like playing around as much, and you're probably not meeting comics on different levels the way you would
In New York.
where people just pop in.
I've done
and
New
they're
York
like,
twice and I love the vibe out there.
Right?
I absolutely love it.
Do you enjoy it?
Yeah. I think that's the only other place I've ever been on the planet that I could see myself living.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll never leave Liverpool unless it's for New York. Or
Yeah.
maybe Austin, now that it seems like every fucking comedian in America's moving to Austin.
Have you been to Austin?
No.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right. I've never done stand up there, but I've been there. It's
Yeah.
all right. It's a vibe.
But
For
there's a lot of
Texas.
comics moving there now.
Yeah.
And I think that might become the new LA. I think comics might leave LA.
Yeah. Stand up in LA is horrible, man.
Is it, yeah?
Yeah. Really brutal.
So what's the difference? What's the difference between stand up in New York and because they've both got TV and film going on there? There must be producers knocking around everywhere.
I would say that, like, I mean, look, people go to LA for a multitude of reasons, but they're all kind of under the umbrella of fame and entertainment, right? And success is seen as fame out there. So I think when you're in LA, you get a lot of people, as far as the stand-up scene, might not necessarily be there because they're that into stand-up, but they're there using stand-up as a vehicle to sort of cast the net wide, and maybe something will stick in one way or another, right?
Yeah.
So they're doing stand-up, but they're also doing drama, they're also acting, they're also doing, improv, and they're just doing a bunch of shit and thinking, fuck, hopefully something is going to stick
Right.
here for success.
And they're only really there because of the fame game.
Right, because that's the light that brings you as the moth to it, right? But so I feel like in New York, people are there to really try and like crack the craft, as it were, because there's not much reward from doing it other than getting better.
Yeah.
Right.
I know exactly what you mean.
Do you know what I'm saying?
To American podcasts, I think comics say it that way as well. Like, meeting comics out there, they're out on a Wednesday doing 3 or 4 sets, and they don't need to be.
Well,
These are
Right.
people who have got
Yeah.
big hit podcasts, roles in sitcoms, host their own shows, they do something. They're out on a Wednesday doing 4 sets because they're like, oh, I want to get better at this.
Ari Shafir moved back to New York, and listening to him talk about the differences, like it sounds like that if you're the purist.
That's why I love it, because as you know, and all of our listeners are well aware, I'm obsessed with getting really good at stand-up. And it just seems to me like if you really, truly want to do that, New York has got to be the place to do it.
Yeah. Like, you know what? I've been there for a few
said that
years.
to him last night.
Yeah, and I'm like, my plans to go back in October, and I was chatting to my agent, and I was just like, I just feel like I need to like brush up my stand-up a bit, because you just get a bit, you can get a sort of full sense of self. Yeah, because everything's quite safe. You're making money. It's going all right. You can sort of like lean into your sets that you know that work there. And I kind of miss like me and Russell Hicks were chatting about this, because we was at Top Secret, and then Mark come. He's like, Dylan Moran's just turned up, and he's going on. Then Russell Howard's going on, and we were like, fucking yeah, because then you're a bit like, wah, you know, like gets you on your toes and gets you amped, right? And that's what happens in New York all the time, which is good, because you kind of want to have that moment where they're like, Jim Gaffigan's just jumped in, he's going to jump on before you. And then you want to sit there and shit yourself and go, how the fuck am I ever going to be able to follow that? Yeah, you're not, but it's good to try it out and at least push yourself where you're like, I'm going to give it my all. And I don't know if you get that many opportunities to watch other stand-ups that are at a much higher level than you and have to be on the same bill as them. Like, it's important. These are kind of good.
Nothing makes me better on stage than the person before me smashing it. Right? And sometimes you can't follow it.
No,
I had to follow.
You can't. But you pat yourself on the back for giving it a fucking try, right?
Yeah. Following Schultz in front of his own crowd in New York was not easy. But you're like, oh, I did a good account of myself there, and I did better than I would have if he wasn't on.
Right.
A couple of weeks ago, I don't know whether I even told you about this or spoke about it on the pod. I might have, so forgive us if this is repetition. I was doing the London store weekend, and it was the last show, the Saturday late show, and I had to close the late show. And I was just done. I'd had a panic attack at Top Secret because it was too hot and I couldn't get my words out properly.
Oh, God.
And you know, it's your 5th set of the night at the store, and I'm like, I just haven't got this gig in me at all. I'm just done. And I'm like, I'm just going to have to phone this in. Just going to have to. And Babatunde was on right before me, and he absolutely smashed it. And I went, well, I haven't got a choice now. I've just got to go on. And I had the best set I had all weekend.
Right.
When I did not have that left in me at all. Like, it had gone. I was already in bed in my head. I was like, I'm done for the night. I'm emotionally and like physically exhausted. I just need to go on, go through the motions and get the thing done. And he twatted it and he come off and I went, what the fuck was that? And he went, what? And I was like, and he went, do you know who you are? And I went, yeah, I do actually. I'll be fine. And I just literally dug as deep as I could, went on and overperformed every bit. And I was like, oh, that's actually what I'm supposed to do at every gig.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Because sometimes I think when you're doing gigs, you can just get a bit stuck in your own head, and you're traveling, you're on your own, and you kind of sometimes forget, like, my job is to make you lot laugh. Of course, we know that, but you know when you watch someone absolutely destroy, like Babatunde, I've never seen him not kill a fucking room, right? But you kind of am like, oh yes, like, I want to at least try and be as good or better than you. That's important.
Oh, being
right?
on a bill with guys who have all phoned it in, who all don't want to be here. The old jonglers, like, negativity of like, no one wanted to be there.
Right.
It's so bad for your stand-up to surround yourself with that.
Yeah.
To be on a bill, especially if because sometimes when you go on after someone, if it's not a great crowd, there's, you know, and they're like attention span's low or whatever, that's not right. But that's not what's going on there in Top Secret. They're a great crowd. He's going on and smashing it, but there's still a gig. This is the store. Good gigs in London, proper gigs, hot water. The gigs in New York, I bet. Like, there's still something in the crowd. Being around really good comics who are trying brings it out of you, doesn't it? I'm sure the analogy works for so many creative things, and even sport, like surrounding yourself with people who are making you want to be better because you're inspired, because you're competitive. That's so good.
Yeah, man. It's that healthy competition. Do you know what I mean? And I think if you get a bit too cocky, you sort of like, you can drop the ball a little bit.
Or get too complacent and be like, I don't want to, I'm not asked.
That is the most attractive thing about New York to me. Yeah. Is that you're always going to have to go on after someone famous or brilliant has been on.
So who, of all the acts you can think of, who's the one comedian who, because they're brilliant or because they're similar to you, who would make you go, oh, fuck? Who's the one act that you would be like, holy shit, this is going to be rough?
What, as in following? Here.
As in, say.
I tell you.
Say we were playing the Runcorn Arena tonight.
Right. Do you know who would be at the moment? Jordan Gray.
Okay.
Because Jordan Gray is doing some next level shit, right? We did the Pleasance. I hadn't met her before, and we did the Pleasance Theatre in London, and I was like, all right. And they were like, oh, she's closing. I was like, I haven't seen her before. I watched her, and I was like, thank fuck for that, because if I had to follow whatever the fuck.
I've never worked with her.
Jordan Gray is a trans comic who's just been nominated for Best Show at the Fringe.
Right.
But like majority 5 and a couple of 4-star reviews, and just absolutely bladdered the Fringe.
A show is called Is It a Bird? Fucking hilarious, right?
So good.
She sings, and as a comic, when you see anyone get on stage with any kind of instrument, you're just like, yeah, all right then. Do you know what I mean? This woman is fucking a powerhouse, and the comedy is on point, and she's doing shit that I haven't seen anyone do, and she's someone that like in this country I'd be like, yeah, boy. Do you know what I mean? Like, I would shuffle onto the stage after. Do you know what I mean? And just be like, everyone, this is a palate cleanser. Fucking relax.
Who's the hardest person you've ever had to follow, do you reckon?
Tom Stade.
Yeah?
Yeah, Tom Stade, who asked to go in the middle at a gig in Manchester on a Saturday night just after Meat Van had come out. Like, they knew that it was him just as he broke. And he was like, yeah, I need to go on in the middle. I think the promoter was like, yeah, because he's got to get somewhere. And it turns out he just kind of fancied doing the middle. And he was just in a position where he could basically say, I want to do it. He didn't know who was meant to be closing. So I got moved around, and I tried my best. I did that thing of like, just try your best, smash it. Yeah. And someone went, fair play. Like, as I came off, went, fair play, gave that a good shot. Wasn't as good as Tom, but you were good. Yeah. Like, I think there are times when you have to be like, I didn't go. The worst thing you can do is go, oh, I should, like, even bitch at the crowd about it. I mean, this is ridiculous. I shouldn't be here. Just get your fucking head down and do the shift. I'm sure I've been guilty of a whinge here and there, but it's so much better when you go, do the fucking gig. You're good at stand-up. And if in the end you're like, yeah, Tom was better, like he was, Tom stayed at his best.
You've got to move past that, man. I think you can do that in the first few years of stand-up, where you can kind of be like, yeah, the audience, the crowd, blah, blah, blah. But mostly, I think if you're honest with yourself, it's normally something to do with you. Even if you get up and you kind of decide, definitely sometimes audiences can be a bit off and janky, you don't know what's happened before. But more than anything, if I've had a weird gig, I kind of know something is going on.
You've had a bad day, you were late, you're stressed, you're sweaty.
I'm sort of offbeat. Yeah. I'm sort of in my head a bit. I've decided how it's going to go before I go on. I haven't given it the right thought. I'm not getting on stage with the right intention. I'm a bit pissed off. My ego's a bit inflated. Something is normally going on with me, because when I'm like humble and like what I want to do is fucking make these people laugh, and I'm going on light and wanting to entertain people, the gig goes fucking well. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But I will say, in New York, I remember being at the Stand, which is like great venue, but the people that would drop in, I was about to go on stage. They were like, Jim Gaffigan's turn up. I was like, wicked. So he went on, and then they went, David Tell's turn up, and I was just like, make it end. Do you know what I mean? Make it end. And I went on, and of course, like, I'm not gonna be as good as those guys. Do you know what I mean? But I'm honoured to be able to share the stage and try my best to follow. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's
Chappelle, like we were talking, because Chappelle is in Liverpool like last night and tonight, and these guys were there last night, and he was at Hot Water.
What?
If someone had
Are you fucking serious?
Going on after Chappelle.
With Dave Chappelle till 2 o'clock in the morning.
You didn't?
Oh, we did,
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
And we took him there as well.
Are you for real?
He asked to come on the podcast, but we were like, we've got Michelle.
Can you imagine? I'd have been like, it's like that then. You got Dave Chappelle here.
No,
wow.
we've had Dave Chappelle just before you. You can follow him.
Yeah. I'm like, everyone seems really low energy and unbothered by my presence.
He'd be hard to follow.
Yeah.
Jesus,
especially because he'd do 2 hours.
Yeah, that.
Last night he asked like me about working in New York, and he's like, asked me where I'd played and whatever. And I just said, that's one of the places I can see myself living. One of the few places. And he went, there isn't a comic that I think is top level who has had a career that didn't go via New York.
Interesting.
That's what he said.
Interesting. So, what did he order?
He got
It's probably Carl.
chili
Don't
steak?
worry, Michelle. The vibration.
salt and chili steak
Yeah.
with soft noodles and some shumais.
All right, I'm getting that then tonight.
Yeah, very surreal experience.
Did you watch the show? Was it good?
He very deliberately was bombing.
Ah.
You had 2
So
hours.
he went on at the end of the show. So the show finished at 9:30.
Yeah.
He said, I'll go on at 10. Go and tell the audience Dave Chappelle's here and he'll go on at 10. So they all stayed. So the compere had to fill for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And he went on with Jeff Ross. So he went on first and did 20. Jeff Ross went on with him. They did an hour and a half together.
Amazing.
And it was a combination of them just talking to each other, hanging
Yeah.
out. And then they'd go, hey, what about... Remember when Joe Biden fell off his bike and they'd do 2 minutes, it'd be really funny. But then they'd spend another 5 just finding the next thing they want to talk
I'm
about.
bombing, just going, it didn't work. But everyone's just sitting there like, keep
It
going.
just sounds like a podcast with an audience.
Yeah.
That's essentially what it was.
They were
But
just
then they were
chatting.
doing stand-up within the podcast as well. It was amazing to watch, but it wasn't like he was ripping for 2 hours.
No, but you're
he was-
watching the process,
Yeah,
right?
you're watching him in the gym.
Yeah.
He's literally going, I'm literally doing this because I want to do it. And people were leaving, and he's like, by the way, if you want to go, but I will still be here when there's only 40 left. He's like, I'm going until I want to stop. He's like, so if you want to leave, it's fine. I won't take offense to it. And people were standing up from the front
He
row.
was
and
saying
leaving.
bye, he was going, like, have a good night, thanks for coming, blah, blah, blah. And the room was getting empty, and he was like, take it easy. He's like, I'm going nowhere, by the way. And he was passing his spliff round, buying everyone pints while he was on stage. It
Insane.
Fucking random, innit?
was amazing.
I was in Preston last night. It was good. It was dead good. You probably heard about it. You've seen it on socials and stuff. It was pretty big. It was legendary. I bought someone a Lucasade.
Are you for real? Did you miss it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mate.
I had a tour preview.
Fucking wow.
I know.
Bet
It's
you're
a story
happy you
forever.
did that.
Yeah,
Hello,
they
Preston.
went for Chinese with Dave Chappelle. I went for a garlic bread on my own.
Yeah. Sitting in a fucking Ibis thinking, I wonder if the vending machine's far. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, pretty cool night, like.
Jeez, mate.
Let's have a little break. Let's have a word from some twat who gives us money.
Every time. Wag lids. Hope you're enjoying today's Patreon exclusive. We've got some new merch that you can see over my boobie.
Is this real?
This is an ad, this,
Oh, for the merch.
for the merch that you're wearing.
Get one of these ones, but when you buy it, get one that fits you.
They come in different sizes, but I would definitely maybe order one size up, unless you want to feel like it's a Tammy Girl starter bra.
Haveawordpod.com is where you get the merch from, and it'll save you wearing that pile of shite that you're wearing at the minute.
We just said don't be doing the mean thing. You look like a fucking pedo. Get some merch, but he can't help himself.
But look at them. Look through the camera at the fucking scruffy twat on the other side of it.
I like you. I think you look good,
Fucking pathetic.
but you'll look better in Have a Word Pod merch.
That's what I was saying, just in a more polite way.
And that's here, because Carlo put the graphic in.
Haveawordpod.com if you can't read.
Get on me.
Part 4. It's part 4, Michelle.
Yeah?
In this bit, we've got questions.
Yeah.
People write in, and we
Got
ask
it.
you what you think.
Go on then.
We'll give our own opinions as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's our fucking podcast as well. Do you know what I
It
mean?
is your fucking podcast.
So we'll all just help.
Let's just fucking start. Go on then.
Question one is, question for Adam. What part of the podcast is this?
are going to love you so much, you know.
She didn't take their shit.
My tooth's...
Oh, shut up!
it really hurts.
You can't stop touching it now, innit? Yeah.
It broke when you came in.
Is it?
You came in and my tooth broke. That's the kind of energy you bring into a room.
Powerful.
Also, I had sweets on the table, so
That'll
I was
do
like,
it as
"You're
well."
disgusting.
But what is it, a boiled sweet?
That's just a boiled sweet.
Well,
How old are we? Come on.
old.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
Boiled.
You definitely have boiled
It was a
sweets.
Murray mint.
Not
You
a Werther's
definitely do have
original.
boiled sweets in the house,
Switching
don't
it up.
What?
You definitely have boiled sweets in the house.
Now in the car.
Tell me right
What
now.
a long journey.
Here's a question.
I don't, because I've run out, because I eat one every time I go and fucking visit your mum.
That's not good enough.
So what did you break
That
it
was
on?
fucking poo.
Was it?
Yeah.
Nice one. I've got a bad tooth here. No one gives a fuck.
I'm fucking trying to ask you, what
you,
did you
mate.
break your tooth on?
A sweetie.
What sweetie was
it? Was
it?
a mint. It was a soft mint.
So your
It
teeth
was a,
were proper fucked
it was a
then.
chewy one.
A chewy sweet. That's what you broke it on?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Was it a Mawam, the soft fruit flavoured chew?
Yeah, I was having them before the soft mints. It's self-inflicted.
I've definitely got Werther's original somewhere in your house.
Stop. No,
You have, haven't you?
I haven't.
It's a money mint, innit?
I haven't. Because every time I eat a Werther's original, I visit your dad. Oh.
Where is he?
Spain, so I really get through him. Jennifer Kemp says, real question.
Jenny Kempo.
Real talk.
Kempo.
Kempo.
Ross Kemp.
It's Ross Kemp's daughter, Jennifer Kemp.
It actually is Ross Kemp's daughter.
Yeah, it says here.
No, it's Martin Kemp. His brother.
Stop talking. If you had to open a theme park, what would the theme be and what would the rides be called? So you have to open a theme park. Can't use your money
My
for
theme would
anything
be
else.
joy.
Right.
Just want everyone to have a good time.
What did that stand for again?
What?
Jerk off instructions.
Jerk off. Oh, it's spelled no Joy,
All right.
not Joi. The jerk off instruction theme park with
I can't open-
Adam Rowe. Grab your dick, lad. Give it a good wank.
I can't open a theme park. I don't like roller coasters. Are you good with roller coasters?
I am, but that's the only ride I'm good with. It's got to be going in one direction. I can't be doing that like round and round or backwards. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
It's
I
gotta
can
go
Roller
like-
coasters are.
What?
Do you like
Hang
the
on.
caterpillar then?
What?
Roller coasters are meant to be mad.
Me and Michelle
Yeah,
are
but
going to
it's
have a
gotta go
lovely
in
time
one
on the ghost train.
Right, it's got to go in one direction.
That's
I want
a
it to
train.
start it. Shut the fuck up, all right? It's my fucking answer. I want it to start here and I want it to end here. I don't want it to go round like the waltzers or anything like that. And I don't want like slingshots up and down.
No, fuck them.
Right?
Yeah.
Thank you. I want it like a roller coaster. That I can do.
But just what in one direct. Rita at Alton Towers.
Good woman.
It's the super fast set off.
Yeah.
That's straight for a lot.
I'm into that. I just don't like spinning. Do you know what I mean?
We were on the waltzers at Leeds Fest the other day, and
What?
it changed my life.
Really?
Should we have a drink?
The waltzers.
You had
No, it would
Me,
these
Carl
are like
and Steve.
super
Who's
waltzers.
eating fucking Murray mints now, you cunt? It was on the waltzers.
It was Serica's idea.
Shut up.
Serica's idea, and she was right. It was incredible.
Serica and Iona shared a waltzer, and me, Carl, and Steve all squeezed into one waltzer together.
And then he broke my neck, and I cried laughing the whole time.
Really?
It was so
You know
fun.
what? You know I can't do waltzes, yeah? When I was a kid, I went to Tunisia. Like, my mum took me and my brother, and I went on this janky fair ride, and I ran out of money, so I gave this guy my Nike hat for unlimited goes on the waltzer. But I thought it was going to be like one go, and I could come back and then have another go, and he just kept me on there for about 20 minutes, and I was just like, I'm done, bruv. Like, it's really hard to say get off when there's like G-force clinging you to the fucker. I was just like, I'm done with this.
I wouldn't get on like a carnival fucking the rickety ones, but
Yeah.
in Tunisian carnies must be a whole new level of fucking dangerous.
Yeah, it's a
like that's
vibe.
like one death an afternoon. They're like, of course,
Yeah.
this is like
Exactly. That's the extra show.
collateral damage,
Yeah.
isn't it?
It was absolutely fantastic at Leeds Fest. It was like, what? Did
you ever go on the wild-
You know what I mean?
Did you ever go on the Wild Mouse?
Fuck off, lad.
Was it called the Wild Mouse, was it? Did you ever go on the Wild Mouse in Blackpool?
Yeah.
It was the most dangerous ride there, but that's why it was fun, because you didn't know if you were going to come off. They've had to
Right.
shut it.
Yeah, they had to shut it.
It was made out of
There's
wood.
a picture of our Jack on that with me dad.
Oh my God, yeah, I've seen it.
And like, so you're in like a
You're a
sort of
mouse.
a box, like where you sit sort of on a little step in it. And my dad's like sat there, and our Jack is fucking in the recess.
It was terrifying.
Have you seen the old video? You know what the ball, like there's two seats. It's like the opposite of a bungee jump.
The slingshot
The
thing, yeah.
slingshot.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and the fat kid that starts slipping out.
Yeah.
And the woman next to him, and he's going, Janice! And it's just the G-force of his fat little tub is pulling him down. And she's laughing. It's so beautiful.
There's loads of them, like with people's wigs coming off or people being
Oh,
like
nice.
passing out while they're in
They
a...
go back and then cut
Yeah,
fucking,
yeah, and come to and they're like,
yeah.
"Ah!" and then
they're
pass
out
out again.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
fuck
That'd be
them
me.
ones.
I don't like being upside down, ever. Do you know if I drop something and it goes like under the couch, and you know you have to like get upside down to have a look under? It takes me about 10 minutes to recover from that, you know.
Mate,
Like
upside
looking for-
down to look under the couch.
Or like under your bed. Do you ever hang off the bed to get something from under the bed?
Yeah.
Yeah, that takes me a while to recover from.
I honestly thought he was going to say, once it's under there, I just don't look. Once it's fallen under there, I was just like, that's it.
He buys a new phone.
Yeah. Oh, God, well, that's
Gone
gone.
now.
Do you know what I mean? Like when you have to sort of go upside down and the blood rushes to your head.
Yeah, but you can just like lie down on the floor and like look
Yeah.
underneath the... Like, I'm just sort of like, what are you doing? Do you sleep in a bunk bed? Like, what are you talking about? Like, just lie on the floor and...
Do you think if I slept on a bunk bed, do you think I'd be hanging off the top bunk to look under the bottom?
I'm just wondering how you're hanging off when you're upside down. I'm like, how high is your bed?
Just like that.
Okay, got it.
Alone.
It's too much
Like,
for you.
I'm going to be quiet for the next 5 minutes now because that has hurt me.
Aww.
Yeah.
Roller coasters are fantastic.
They're just like, you're just putting yourself at risk of death.
No, you're not.
That's kind of the thrill, isn't it? That's
but
the thrill.
I don't
Yeah.
need that thrill. Give me an ice cream.
Well,
It'll
you
be
don't.
better.
You don't, because every time you bend over, that's the risk of death as well, isn't it? Like, I've got enough, mate. I've tied my shoelaces today.
Shoelaces.
I said laces wrong. Bastard. Oh, it's so annoying.
I just don't understand why. I don't understand horror films. Why are you watching something to be scared?
To feel
I love horror
alive.
films.
Why?
Feel alive.
I love it. You know why? Because I think I went through, before I started therapy, I was so emotionally flat that I needed something to feel excitement.
Watch
and
a rom-com.
fear seemed
Watch
like
Notting Hill.
Nah.
Why?
That weren't doing it. I needed something. Do you know what I mean?
No,
To
I
sort of
don't
like-
need that. I'm a very emotional person, Michelle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's too much for you.
If I watch a rom-com, I'm like, oh, like, look, isn't this lovely? But like a horror film is just too much for me. It's sensory overload.
Now I'd probably be all right, but I think there was a time where I was so like emotionally flat. Do you know what I mean?
So
That I
what,
was
you
like,
started doing therapy, were you sort of disassociating? What was the thing that...
yeah, I think I just wasn't that connected to how I felt. I think I'd been like suppressing the way I felt for so long that like I'd watch horror films on my own just to sort of like, you know.
feel.
Yeah.
I suppose then, that's the healthier reaction then. If you're like, oh, I don't want horror films because they're dead scary, that sounds more emotionally tuned in with...
Of course it is, yeah.
If
Very
you're like,
emotionally tuned in.
Yeah, I'm going to shit myself up.
fuck off, eat a muddy mint and leave my emotional
Do you watch
tuning
sad
alone.
Uh,
videos?
What?
So like someone's like, oh, look at this dog, it's got no legs, but like he's happy. Do you watch them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick of
No, I
people.
don't watch them.
There's
You
a
can't-
sad
you
video I
can't
watch
really-
almost every time I'm hungover of a man and woman on their wedding day. No, just the woman, sorry. Yeah. So,
Clip it.
yeah.
Clip
Yeah.
it. Clip that
This
one.
is true. So what happened was the bride's dad had died and her favourite song was Butterfly Kisses. Do you know that song?
Yeah.
Right? So her brother, because his brother's got quite a good voice,
Yeah.
he recorded Butterfly Kisses for her.
Right.
And they played that as her first dance because her dad's not
Oh
there.
my
'Cause he's
God.
dead.
I know.
The brother is her uncle and her granddad all dance with her instead. And it's all emotion. She's sobbing the whole time.
How do you watch it every
you wanna
time though?
watch
Have you
them?
got it saved? If
What?
you got it, if you
It's
got,
on YouTube.
right, so you type in.
Yeah, I type Butterfly Kisses wedding dance.
And then, but like, what's the thought behind it? So you're hungover, so you feel
I think I
like
just take
shit.
comfort in knowing that other people have gone through more difficult times than I'm going through.
Oh my God. And then I watch Holocaust videos, you know, because I'm hungover as fuck, but that was well worse. Jesus Christ. Turns out, emotionally tuned in is question marks. Michelle, we get asked for advice a lot because you can tell we've got our shit together. So people really want... People really want to hear from us. He's a sage. He's a wise
I
man.
am good at giving advice, I'm just not very good at taking it.
I bet you are,
I mean,
because you're emotionally.
tuned in.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, that is true, innit?
You are awful at taking advice.
But I'm really good at giving it.
I bet
I
you
normally know the right thing for a friend of mine to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can believe that.
yeah.
This lad says, Agony Adam, wag lids. So I've recently got back from spending 2 months in Germany with work. While I was over there, I got chatting to a bird from Scotland online. When I got back to the UK, I went up there to stay with her. But when I got to her house, it became apparent that she's a fucking meth. Like there must have been at least a month's worth of rubbish on the kitchen units. I couldn't bring myself to clean it for her. And I'd need at least 2 gas masks to even get in there and start. It's fucking grim. Fast forward a couple of days and it was so bad I ended up cleaning it. And it was honestly worse than anything I've ever done. She's really nice, but... she's put a fucking scruff. What should I do? Cheers, lids. Anthony.
I'd say, what's the fanny saying? Do you know what I mean?
What?
What's the fanny saying? Like, is it as filthy? Because
Ask it.
if clearly there was
Michelle,
no
you are
indication.
so suited to this podcast.
No, but I'm just saying, like, clearly there was no indication, right? As someone who's gone down on my fair amount of women, you know, right? So if there was no indication to the fact that her house is a fucking dirty shithole, but you've already been sleeping with her and whatever, and then you clean the house and it's still disgusting. Like, I think he's just not into mess. Cool, safe. You can either have her come and stay with you, wipe that memory from your head and just get stuck in to the minge.
Question.
Or
What if she just comes to your house and scruffs your house up?
Well, you can sort of keep on top of that, but I am 100% with her. I would much rather a woman clean a fanny than a house.
Do you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, if we're talking about importance here, bro, you was in Germany having the time of your life with her, and then you went to her house. But like, if everything...
The opposite is so much worse.
Yeah.
Right.
If you walk into a girl's house and she's like, take your shoes off, and then she's got a fucking rotten fanny. Like, that's horrible, isn't it?
Right?
Put your shoes back on.
What would you prefer?
Right, if
you
No
can't.
way.
Listen, you cannot have everything. Yeah. And this is the thing. These guys sound like a perfect match. She's filthy. He likes cleaning. I don't see what the problem is here. So what he needs to do is
doesn't sound like
invite
he loves
her
it.
to his house, wherever the fuck he lives, and just do your things and like send her home with some flash wipes or whatever.
For a house and a fanny.
Like, me and this girl would be a
Gas
really
wipes.
bad match, to be honest with you.
Right?
'Cause my house gets a little bit messy sometimes, but I clean my dick every day.
He is coming out as a
Every
fucking cook.
single day.
Well done.
Every day.
No, even on the
I
Shabbat.
dove me dick every morning.
Whoa, who
Even on
doesn't
the
clean
Sabbath, he
dick
cleans
every
his
day?
dick.
What?
You're not getting a medal for that. Everyone does that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
She's
right.
surprised.
Really?
No, I was taking a piss.
Oh, right.
Do you know what I mean?
You should be
Gotta
doing it.
boost the guys up. Now. Every day you clean it. Wow, you're a hero.
Hits and bits.
I just know what women want. You know what I mean?
A clean dick.
It's one of the
Honestly,
things.
Anthony, the wisdom. So,
Innit?
have you taken
I'm
the-
great at giving advice.
Clean your dick.
Honestly, regardless of what the sort of vaginal cleanliness situation is, I can't do this.
What, you can't?
I can't.
You can't.
That it-
Fucking
she
look
could
around
be
this
fuck-
office. Are you for real?
I know.
You can't. You just fucking broke your tooth on a soft mint. Are you all right? Are we all
I'm gonna
right?
get that fixed. I'm gonna get a flash wipe for it.
All right, so you can't do that.
This is why I want the studio tidy, because then people come in and judge me. It's a disgrace. I've only got 3 teeth left. Just make my end of life care nicer.
Who are you talking to there?
You.
Get fucked.
We're just
Do you know what?
we
you
need a cleaner in the new office.
Email this guy back and tell him that you got a job for him.
Yeah.
What? Look, so you would...
Yeah, I couldn't fuck someone that was scruffy.
You couldn't.
No, it's
Yeah, but he's
horrible.
already fucked her.
Yeah.
I know, but how is he going to keep doing it when you're like, you're beautiful? Even if she's beautiful and she's gorgeous, but you're like, oh
Don't go
my
in the
God.
kitchen. Just get over
Just
it.
like, I bet in bedrooms a fucking state.
Do you know what? It's true though, because like I remember like, especially when I was younger, like sleeping with them fucking basic little hackney boys. Do you know what I mean? And I'm a graphic designer. I ride a fixed bike. No way, I go rock climbing at the weekend. Cool. And then you get to their house and you're like, you ain't got any toilet roll. I'm drying myself with a t-shirt. I'm wiping my nun with that centre bit of the toilet roll. Like, I'm not coming back here. I'm not coming back.
I love how your attitude to that wasn't, I'm leaving. It's, do you know what, I'll stay for now. But I might fuck coming back.
I'm not coming back. I hope you've had a good time.
When you have
you
to-
see this face, you ain't seen it again, bruv.
When you have
Bye.
to dab piss with the cardboard bit of the toilet
Listen.
roll. Oh, that's not good,
Do you
is
know
it?
what I mean? Yeah.
No.
Thanks.
Yeah, all right, okay. I just, I
All
don't-
right. So
I don't-
you're saying
I
not for you.
honestly, I don't know how it's not sustainable. Because what's the end game? Marrying a fucking pig.
No, but they live together and she learns.
Yeah, people
Exactly.
can change, Dan.
Has she
people
got
can
roommates
change.
as well? She got roommates.
Doesn't sound like it.
See,
Sounds like
that's
she's
a
got
win.
mice.
That's a win. Someone, no flatmate. She's obviously doing all right.
Yeah.
Maybe she's very busy paying her rent or mortgage.
Ah, that's what it is. She's a fucking McScruff.
I don't mind it, me.
No, of course you don't mind it, because
Like,
you're
just
a
for a
McScruff.
while.
Yeah.
But like, I think I'd be bad for her because I've had that in relationships before. I'm fairly tidy now. Like if I notice it's getting a bit messy, I'm like, I need to do an hour or two and sort this
An
place out.
hour or two. What do you call messy?
Just like I procrastinate as well.
Right.
So that hour is probably 20 minutes of cleaning. But It takes me an hour to do
Cleaning
it.
or tidy.
Okay.
This is how Adam cleans. Aya, can you come and do some cleaning?
No,
2 hours gone.
No,
Yeah,
fuck off.
Yeah.
No, my cleaner moved out 3 weeks ago.
Dan, he puts it in bin bags in the garage and then someone collects that.
I haven't got a garage anymore.
That's what
No,
you
he's
said.
got
Shame on you.
He's got a big
More
window.
fool you.
Fuck the projection on that. Yeah, you know. I just
But when
make
I've been in
sure
relationships before, I've had arguments with the women I was with where they're like, you're the scruff. And I'm like, no, you're the scruff. She's like, you haven't moved this. I'm like, you haven't moved that. That would be me and her. Because I'm better at tidying on my own now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I keep on top of it. Like, if I've been away on tour, I'll come in, empty my suitcase and fill it back up. And I'll just like, it'll be messy. Do you know what I mean? Until I get a couple of days where I can sort it out.
Your ass is a dirty shit, isn't it?
No. I tell you what, do you know when I get back to my flat in a bit?
No, he tidied it last week, so it doesn't count.
That would be enough time to mess it up. My flat's sound.
The thing is as well, when you live by yourself, you do crusty shit that you would never do if there was someone else there.
Sorry,
Do you know what I mean?
For example,
You know, just leave your shit everywhere. Do you know, like you might like sort of put it back, but you know, like sometimes I like make toast or whatever, and I just leave everything that I've taken out of the fridge on the side because I think
It's
I can
yours.
do what I want.
It's yours.
Yeah,
But do you then put it away?
yeah. Eventually, of course.
Yeah.
now I'm more prone to putting it away now that I live on my own. I don't know why.
Proud.
I think I've grown.
Yeah, sounds like it. Emotional growth.
Is this the day of what Adam wants to be in his head? Right. Wag Wag Lids. This is for you. You love this. Been with my missus for 6 years and have slept with one person other than her. We got together late teens and now we have a mortgage, so the commitments are real. I am very much in love with her and happy with her. Saving for a ring, that level. However, I had a weird conversation with my sister the other day, and she's concerned that I'm not going to experience my 20s properly, and I'll end up doing fucked up shit down the line and break up the family like my dad did, gambling the house away and cheating. Just some random examples. It has put thoughts in my head about missing out on things like travelling and shagging about. Life is short. Don't want to spend it in the confines of my house just because it's safe and sensible to invest young and be happy with the love of your life. Just wondering what you lids think about that. Not so much Carl, because I know he and Suarez have been together since reception.
Not any.
It isn't, is it, Carl? Oh, God. Come on, man. You've said the name wrong. Looking forward to seeing Dan in Leeds, then the whole sexy gang at the Trump rally in December. Cheers, lids. So, been with his missus for 6 years. Only slept with one other person, and they're young, and they're going committed early 20s.
Do you know what I would say?
Any worries?
Don't underestimate the power of love.
Where's Adam? What have you done with him?
Do you know what I mean? I mean, if you found the love of your life,
Yeah,
you've won.
yeah.
You've won.
Isn't it weird that he's saying I've met the love of my life and I'm worried that I'm going to be missing out?
But it's not
on
even
what?
It's not even him that's thought of this. It's his fucking sister.
Who's
It's her
yeah.
fault.
Who sounds dirty, by the way. She sounds great.
She's probably not had the best time with guys and is projecting some shit on him.
Yeah.
That's then making him want to think maybe I should do that now.
Totally. So
She's
what you need to
toxic.
do is
She's
stop
toxic.
speaking to your sister.
Yeah.
Delete your sister's number. She
Delete
sounds
your
like a
sister
bitch.
from your life. Blood's thicker than water, my ass. Fill your water with cordial and it'll get thicker.
Yeah, she sounds like a problem.
Stick it
Love
on,
cordial.
Stick it on merch right now. Blood is thicker than water. My ass. Stick cordial in your water and it will be thicker. And then you've got orange blood. What do you say? Yeah, I thought so. I think his sister is absolutely spot on. Shag about. Live your 20s. I'm throwing it out there.
How old
He's
is
met
he?
the love of his life, you daft swat.
He's like 25. He's got to be
Mate,
under 25.
How do you know what the love of your life is at 14 or whatever they are?
Well, I went Seneca at 19. I did this.
know,
No, but I've done this and I'm happy and it's fine. You can be happy. Tell your
Yeah.
sister to
Yeah.
fuck off.
Yeah, but he specifically said, I'm not asked what Carl thinks because him and Luis Suarez have sound.
I'm gonna ask what Carl thinks because
The
he's
thing-
doing the same thing. Shut up.
Go on,
you
Michelle.
The
maggot.
thing is as well, right, is that like, yeah, you can go, you fuck about, most of it would be mediocre, you have a couple great shags, a couple really shit ones, you have some stories to tell your mates. That's it.
That is it, though.
That is literally
I done a bit of fucking, poking about in me time.
Can you not do it like that?
No, this is how I finger the two
Yeah.
women I'm with at the same time.
Yeah.
Because that's what he does in the clubs that he's always in.
I know.
Monday night, fingering night.
At his big booths, drinking bitter. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barnos.
All
Better
right.
please barman.
But,
Over there,
but
love.
literally though, like that is what life is about. Hopefully, if you can find love, finding someone that you're fucking into and you feel supported by, or you can go and fuck around, do what I did, which is sniff one giant line around Manhattan and fucking party my ass off. And now I'm fucking tired and in therapy. So it's up to you, mate. Do you know what I mean?
There's so many similarities. Manchester and Manhattan different, but listen, you know.
Yeah.
But you see, now you're in a loving relationship and you're dead happy.
Yeah.
So you've had, so you've had both. And what I'm saying is,
but
I've had
You've
both.
had both.
Yeah, but
Stick your dick in everything.
But it takes fucking time. And you know what? When I think about it, yeah, like it's taken me a while to meet someone I'm into. But up until then, I was still pining after people that I dated in my early 20s that I would truly had a connection with. But really, I was like, but there's more soggy cock out there. I want to try.
What if you
it.
met Laura
Do you know
when
what I
you were
mean?
25?
It's like my internal monologue. What?
What if you met Laura when you were 25?
I would have fucked it up.
But I'm
Exactly.
saying-
And
Right.
he's not. He's
yeah,
trying
so
not
why
to.
you tell him to fuck it up?
Exactly,
He's like,
man.
you just got it later on.
Mate,
You
there's-
know why? 'Cause
Laura,
you
there's loads
fucking-
of Lauras.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking.
Hilarious.
I'm messing about.
But for real though, obviously you're with someone that you're like truly connected with, right? But don't we all like think of someone in our early 20s or late teens that you broke up with because you was just like, I'm gonna stay in the world. And actually, years later, you do think and you go, you know what? That person was actually a fucking good match for me. But because I didn't have much experience, I didn't trust my instincts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You second guessed them because you thought that you needed to go through more stuff because you didn't trust yourself yet.
I
Your
have got
sister's a
this
cunt.
exact person.
Back
as well.
yourself.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I did.
Yeah.
If you'd have got with them, you'd have divorced them by now and be with who you're with.
No.
Yeah.
No.
What?
There's no one that springs to mind for you for that. Like, wait, like obviously
Yeah,
you're married.
She was a bad meth.
I think about this girl once a month at least.
Thank you. And I bet
We
now
were never
you're like,
together. I passed her on the escalators on the tube.
Yeah.
But like I just knew. Do you know
You
what I mean?
just followed her around and there was a restraining order, but it's like, oh,
Love.
if it wasn't for the courts.
love. You lot ain't taking this seriously. Right? This is my fucking podcast and you lot are making an absolute mess of it. I could be in Liverpool now, but I'm not. I'm fucking remembering.
I think
Stick with it.
stick with it, lad. Because here's the thing. I tell you right now. Listen, look, right here. Listen, right here. Ignore him, right here.
I've zoomed into your face. I've zoomed into your face.
If you fuck this up, right, and you
You zoomed in. Fuck everything.
if you fuck this up
me.
and you fuck everyone else,
Live for me.
listen, you'll regret it. Because you'll always think, what if I'd have committed to that? And she'll get dead happy. She'll have a couple of kids with someone called Bruce or something.
Yeah.
And you'll hate Bruce.
Just look
Because
after
he
your
should be,
teeth.
you should be Bruce.
What's
And do
their
you know
name?
what? I've got one more thing to add to this. Maybe what he needs to do is reassure his sister that he is still going to be just as close with her when he gets married. Because I wonder if that's the root of this. His sister planting these little fucking seeds is actually her fear of abandonment because her dad abandoned her and he's the man in her life. So maybe what he needs to do is just reassure her and go, stop being a toxic little cunt. All right? I'm not going anywhere.
Well, if we're doing proper answers, that was the one. But I'd also say, fuck everything. Your dad sounds like a ledge. Shagger.
Disgusting.
Just sticking in loads of Suarez's. And the joke about lots of Laura's was a joke. Comedy podcast. I love you, babe.
Dan's wife does listen to the podcast.
You're
as
my
well.
everything. Genuinely, if I'd have met my wife 10 years before, I'd have just ended up losing a good one.
But you don't know that because it could have just been the one where you go, oh, no.
Let me have a look. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, because I was wanting to stick my willy in it for the soggy things.
Why are you pointing to me?
This is a reference.
So you'd have felt them things and gone, oh,
I was
yeah,
in Manhattan clubbing.
This is the main soggy one.
Monday night.
So do you not think there's anyone you could have met back then where it would have just changed who you are? And who?
No.
You're just soulless.
What?
Just fucking everyone and taking pills.
Oh, God, it sounds so good.
Honestly, those two things don't go together.
I mean, like as a lifestyle.
Do you not take pills and fuck now?
I mean, you can, but in my experience,
You have to have bolognese first.
you got to have the bolognese first.
from before. All right. Should we close this one off with now? I'm just gonna say in brackets because we sniff bullshit around here. This one's a bit far-fetched, but it's kind of fun. So let's just assume that it's
Okay.
But it is a bit far-fetched.
I'll try and assume that it is.
This is from Anonymous. My mum's friend recently died. Oh shit.
Hang on, don't press that. We don't know whether she's a cunt yet.
My mum's friend recently died of cancer, and she wasn't a dick.
Okay.
I didn't go to the funeral, but I came home to my mum crying about it. She also had been given a little tube with a cork in the top of her friend's ashes to sprinkle in a place she saw fit. A couple of nights later, I had my mates around as my parents had gone away.
His mates knows the line of
what unfolded
Hilda
was what I could describe as a bit of a ketty night. When I woke up in the morning, after I saw the tube was open and empty, thinking on my feet, I filled it with white sand from our garden and a little bit of dirt, and it looked exactly the same. Do I tell my mum that we spilled the ashes, which isn't the 100% truth,
No.
but still not great,
No.
or never mention it to her and let her have fake ashes in the mantelpiece forever?
Yes.
That one.
Lie.
Yeah, lie until the day you die.
Yes.
And then tell her.
Yes, and then take the Hoover bag and sprinkle that somewhere. Do you know what I mean? So you've done your bit. But
Never
lie.
tell your mum, your grieving mum, that you've snorted Auntie Linda.
Did they snort it or did you knock it over? You can't be snorting people.
I think he snorted it.
Yeah.
Smoking it'd be funny.
Yeah. If they've had a catty night and they've seen something, they've been like, that's more.
Okay, night.
Yeah.
You can't be sniffing people.
Her name was Kay as well. That's not the worst. She was in a K-hole. Words. Yeah, I'd take that one to the grave, wouldn't you?
Yeah. What do you gain from telling your mum?
Nothing.
I think the truth is very, very, very important. If your mum ever asks you, did this happen? You tell her the truth.
Yeah.
Because she's asked then.
Yeah.
Because that is a lie.
Yeah.
Withholding the truth. You're on trial here until the prosecution asks you the question. Don't be fucking dobbing yourself in.
Yeah. And also, it's to relieve yourself of guilt, but it's not going to do anything to make your mum feel any better.
It's selfish to tell your mum.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It is.
Yes.
Here's one problem.
This sounds like a come down email.
What
It's just like, it'll pass. Don't worry, mate.
What if snorting your mum's dead friend is the best high you've ever had? That's the problem, innit? Like,
Get a new job.
oh my God, get on Janice. That is bad, innit? If you're like, oh, that's the best high I've ever had. That'd be the worry. Because how do you fund your habit? You have to kill your mum's mates. Just killing middle-aged cancer sufferers. That's
But if you are going to do that, you're going to need a leg of lamb.
hey!
Awesome ice.
With the dealers on the street. I've got June. Beryl. Anyway. I'm done.
You got to die with the lie here, lad.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, no one wins except for you. And you don't even win. You just feel a bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not really, because then your mum's just going to be gutted.
Yeah, so you'd be more sad then. So
Yeah.
just forget about it.
Yeah.
But she's
exactly.
not, even if
Forget
she
about
opened it, which you'd never do, because why would you open it? Yeah. She's not going
Right.
to notice, is she?
Also, white
The only way your mum will ever know is if she goes to sniff her. If your ma's like, I'm going to have a little bit of fucking Margaret here. And then she goes, hang on. That's fucking sand and dirt from the garden.
Okay, now. That Margaret's been cut with something. Brian. My tooth hurting. Michelle, it's been an absolute pleasure meeting you. We've never met before.
We haven't. Thank you so much for having me. It's been...
I think the point I knew that you were perfect for this pod was when you said, what's the fanny saying? Joyous.
These are important questions to ask.
Michelle, your tour starts in March.
Yeah.
Where are tickets on sale? Do you know?
Live Nation?
We'll put the link in, won't we?
We'll find out
Check the
as soon as we
description.
finish recording. We'll put the link on screen.
Yeah.
What's your Instagram handle?
My name? Michelle de Swarte.
Okay.
DESWARTE.
We will make sure you are credited in the description.
Thank you. I'm terrible at admin. It shows, doesn't it?
It absolutely does.
Yeah.
So am I, though, so it's fine.
Oh, that's all right.
Friday, the 9th of September, I'm in Nantwich. There are 2 shows that aren't going to sell out on this tour. The rest are going to sell out. Cardiff towards the end of the tour on November 12th. I'm not sure that's going to sell out. I'd like it to. This one is
that
a
your
big...
only Cardiff date?
Yeah.
At the Glade?
It's It's 3/4 sold.
So then it is going to sell
All
out.
right, it's probably going to sell out. Nantwich is such a big room. I would love it if you're anywhere in the Cheshire area, Friday the 9th. And also, talking about Friday the 9th, 2 months later, Friday the 9th of December, we are doing the Arena in Liverpool.
3 months later.
What?
3 months later.
Hang on, let me work out how months work. Yeah, 3 months later.
Friday the 9th of December, we're doing Have a Word live at the Arena in Liverpool. There are about 450 tickets left, and then we have sold out an actual arena, which is just insane. gigsandtours.com or ticketquarter.co.uk. I'm doing some Adam Rowe and Friends shows to get some new material ready, but most of them are already sold out. If you want to check on adamrowe.co.uk, for those, there might be some standing tickets left for November, but I'm not sure.
Thanks, Michelle.
Thank you so much, honestly, guys.
Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for making me feel so welcome.
We got some tunes.
Yeah, if you're a YouTube viewer, you don't get the song, obviously, but if you listen to us on audio, you will know by now. We always end with an unsigned artist or an independent artist who's got a new song coming out or something like that, and we leave that over to Finn, because he's our resident music nonce.
That's me. This week is a band called Ginge, and it's their debut single, I Hate You. They've got a gig in Blackpool in a couple of weeks, so check that out if you like it.
There you go. We'll see you all next week. Sign up to Patreon as well. It's the best Patreon in the game.
See ya.
Ta-da.